because there's more to it.
Yep.
If I'm over, you're over. You know that. So, y'all, and we're all over here as I see we come to life once again at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen as we go pilot to co-pilot. Stevie Cool gets us off liftoff here, and we get into the atmosphere, and I take over the controls as we take the rocket boosters off because we're fresh out the gate again. It's time to raise the stakes again, fatten my plate again. Y'all cats know we play to win. It's HackerHamin, son, the star. Haters gonna take this shit too far, and we're gonna have to put a $5 face slap on you, infidels. There's so much news coming at us from every angle as we end 2020. The horsemen aren't letting anything get by us, and neither are our soldiers as they bring it in on social media and keep us aware so we can keep you aware here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen. Y'all. Yeah, Stevie, thank you once again, man, with the Ecamm Live and setting it off. I know I was pumped to see that Billy Jack Haynes Hannibal shoot interview in there. I know we want to follow up on that as we can get that booked, but that's a cool little piece. I want everybody to be able to see that. Thanks for putting that up.
Yeah, no problem. I really want to send him another Facebook message. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but we are Facebook friends, whatever that means in his world.
Yeah.
But you're a big fan of that interview style, aren't you?
I do like it. Hannibal is tough to get by as an interviewer sometimes, but he's a worker, so he knows what's up. And he was a DSW guy, so I got to give him his respect. He might not have the charisma, but at the same time, he can just ask a question and get out of the way. And I always forget this guy's name. He's Arab to some degree. He might be Pakistani, I think, but he's
Vlad.
Not Vlad. This guy's the one who's interviewing Francis and all those guys in what do you call it? Sammy the Bull.
You're killing me, Sal.
I know.
Oh, that's yeah.
Run in with the hot.
You have like
sorry about that. I apologize. I thought it was on.
You have the
I thought
loudest
this was on mute,
mics
man.
in the history of mics, dude.
Yeah.
I keep thinking this is on mute. That's why I come in with this on mute. Apologies.
No apologies. There's nobody else who can open a 2-liter and set it off. He says, no, doesn't matter what the fuck you're saying. Big sales in the fucking house.
To be fair,
baby.
it's like 6 o'clock on my clock, so I was like, all right, I got time.
Dude, I got all the time in the world for you. Nothing I say is as important as to see your face at the end of the day. That's how I feel about it. Sorry, where was I there for a second?
The guy you're talking about, I think is like Vlad Entertainment or something, because he had
Vlad's another dude who does hip hop. This guy does sit downs. Like if you look,
no, that's the guy. Yeah, he did Teddy Atlas talking about Sammy the Bull Gravano.
Yeah.
He did Sammy the Bull. He's done Flair. Who else? He has sit down work. Oh, he was the one I sent about China and 5G the other day.
I think that Charlie Rose slash what's his name, the guy who's been on TV forever there, the old Jew guy who's been fucking married 9 times.
Larry King.
Larry King. That's that sit down.
So which part of that description got us to describe him? It wasn't
the 9 parts.
Yeah.
The 9 wives.
Yeah. So, like I like that one-to-one interview where you can get a 2-shot. You either get them both or you get the one back and forth on there. And I think that is the most truth and honest telling interview that you can do because it's the hardest really to edit. It seems to be my favorite lately. I don't know about you guys.
Well, that's kind of what I hope to do with the things we just never had the guts to, at least I didn't, to actually ask the boys, hey, would you sit down and talk to one of the boys about this kind of stuff? I'm sure we all thought that would be cool to ask guys at conventions, come in, interview, pay them a little bit, and go through, because you got all the credibility in the world as a worker to ask these questions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody ever really did it except Hannibal.
Not really, man. And I got to give him his props for that, dude. That's why I'm saying entertainment wise might not be my complete flavor to do it, but he's doing the groundwork and the legwork. And I didn't realize he was a worker for a long time until, he would recount some things. So he's using his connections, and when he drops a video, it goes pretty viral pretty quick, man, for sure. he doesn't put out a lot of shit either, like a lot of wasted shit. When it's Shane shooting on the Click and PCO, that was pretty interesting this week, and some other pieces too, man. But yeah, we're back in action. How you doing, Christmas party kid? He's ready to go. GGP, holiday decked out. You got your list knocked off, or what's up, buddy?
I'm not even close to starting any holiday shopping for all my 37 kids. I got about another 16 mortgages I need to close on today before I even venture down that path. So that's that. Other than that, had a good match this past weekend over in Vanguard Championship Wrestling down in Virginia. Stole the show.
Nice.
And had a good time, man. Just counting down the days. 8 more days till the Rise of Skywalker. So that's my Christmas present right there.
That doesn't even seem like it's that. It seems like way far off. Like the hype hasn't really been there, but I mean, everything that they've been doing Mandalorian-wise is overtaken all that, man, for sure. So we'll see if it can stand up. I would kind of be shitting my pants in that movie after Mandalorian dropped. Now you got to really jump the fucking bar, and if it comes underneath, which it may, like people are going to light it up.
I'm very confident that they're going to land this motherfucker right and do everybody justice, and all these SJW freaking clickbaiting haters will have to shut up and eat their own words for once.
Well, the other good thing is there's so much coming out that no matter what happens, it'll kind of be, you know, in a whole big pool of things to be judged, so it won't be standing alone by itself there. But judge him or judge him not by his sippy cup or his 2 liters. It's Big Sal Allah. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Sal, I have a quick question for you.
Uh-huh.
Did you get your Greta Thunberg's secret Dakota ring?
Oh,
I did. I put it right around my fucking cock.
I was gonna say the other thing, you know, runner up again this year. I wasn't gonna stooge it off just yet, but we'll get to the spot, you know. Beaten out. I mean, this is what, the 6th, 7th year in a row that you've lost out on Times Person of the Year to somebody, you know.
Yeah, and after all that campaigning I did.
I know. And this year it was Greta. Once again, Greta, the bedwetta. And she comes off strong. You know,
old fucking Swiss Miss.
Yeah, that's it. Man.
How dare you?
I think we actually got.
You know what? Wait. So yeah, but the fun part about
what was that grumbling? We got the. We actually got the.
I was like Piper speaking Gaelic.
We got the actual picture of her that they're going to use on the cover there. So it's a nice picture of her.
Is that the picture of her on the Titanic?
If you're only on Twitch,
the
you
wind
can see
blowing
it.
her
I don't
face?
think you guys can see it. I'm doing it on OBS here. But no, if on Twitch, it's the picture of Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
She's such a little fuckhead. Oh my god!
Sad.
And here's the thing. Here's the fun part of it. I woke up and I was talking to you guys, and I'm like, okay, let me get some shit. Start looking up some stuff. And I saw that, and I kind of blew past it. I said, you know what? I don't want to spend another fucking episode talking about her, giving her fucking props. So I saw it, and I was like, I'll move by it. Yeah, I can't move by it because 180 people fucking sent me it. Like and everybody's like, oh, you're going to love this. And I'm like, oh, I'm sure I will. And then there it is. There's the fucking, there's one. The next one. Hey, did you see this? Yeah, saw it. That was pretty cool. Hey, check this one out. Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Great. So then finally by 10 o'clock, after 5 or 6 of them, I went on, and on my feed is the fucking Earth link or whatever the fuck bullshit it is. And we'd like to congratulate our client and person of the year, Greta, blah, blah, blah. And all these people who are just laying down and sucking her ass. And I didn't go in guns blazing. I went in and I was like, really? I go, because somebody said, oh, it proves to us this. And I said, well, it proves that you can make a celebrity out of a no one. And people lost their mind. And people told me I shouldn't have been born. Like, it went nuts. They were like, and that one banjo playing fucking Riri, she tells me, she's like, no, your mom should have used birth control. And I was like, well, what? And I go, just because I don't agree with you, my mother should use birth control. I should have never been born. do you have any? And then another guy shows up. Do you have any empirical evidence that refutes what she says? I'm like, does she have any that actually proves what she said?
Whoa, hold on right here. This lady's giving you, I mean, pearls of wisdom. You didn't just call your mother up right there and say, Mom, are you using birth control?
I actually sent my mother anthrax for Christmas because of it. I said, you should have known better.
Why did you let me live? Oh, man.
Well, actually, there is some empirical evidence to what Sal's saying, since he put in the comment that her parents were actors and still are actors. And it was quite obvious in that famous speech that it was rehearsed, it was trained, because the very next one where they were asking her off-the-cuff questions, it was like, completely different. And they corrected that mistake, because ever since then, it's been in a super controlled environment with basically baseline questions. And
yeah, they were all meatballs, all fucking meatballs sent to her. And here's the problem. Here's my thing. Just because this girl has fucking prenatal alcohol syndrome, whatever the fuck it is, because her mom did a little bit too much beforehand, and now she fucking
empirical evidence of that.
Yeah, I was feeding her mom booze.
How dare you
take away
that one on Facebook?
My first whiskey. How dare you?
How dare you? It's my first whiskey of the
go
night.
ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, so she's got this fucking tick because her parents have weak chromosomes, and she's fucking twitching and freaking out and whatever else. So because this little idiot puppet went up with her dad's hand up her ass, that's before the big words. And then once she actually got out on stage and she re-vomited everything they told her to do, we're gonna give her Person of the Year because she drove around. She drove around in a train with biodegradable plastic forks, eating fucking paper straws. Fuck you. Then this was brought up to me today, and this blows my mind more than anything. This was sent to me by Chuck. Okay, Chuckles sent me this. 19-year-old develops ocean cleanup array that could remove 7,250,000 tons of plastic from the world's oceans. Okay, this kid came up with this. So he doesn't get Person of the Year. This little fucking twitchy retard gets it because she and she does that bullshit. So she gets it.
Yeah.
But this kid who's actually doing something, he gets fucked. Go fuck yourself. He's a Yahoo UK News blurb. But this little turd goes out. She gets Person of the Year because she's done is look at her. She put herself out there.
All he's got to do is identify as a different gender, and then he can get it.
Well, here's the other thing. So in these conversations, and again, getting amongst the masses like I did today, just sickened me beyond. And everybody needs to be burnt with a flamethrower and cleansed, because
you know who's got flamethrowers for sale?
Elon. So all these people are like, so I point this out. I said, hey, and I posted this up, and I said, don't you think maybe this guy should have been considered, or isn't there anybody else more considerable than this fucking nobody, this actor's kid? So people started going, I agree with you. I agree with you. Oh, I agree with you. 100% behind you. And I'm like, okay, so that's pretty cool. Everybody's, people behind me. And then they're like, they could have gotten indigenous races. And I'm like, oh, fuck, they're just going for a different fucking drama point. Not the real point. The point is they want to save the earth, but they went for the fucking, maybe an indigenous race. Go fuck yourself. None of us are indigenous. We're a fucking disease on this planet. We're the fucking thing that needs to be wiped out by the white blood vessels, by the white cells, man. We're the fucking disease. So
that's racist. How dare you?
How dare you?
Well,
let me ask you this then. Like, shit, I forgot already.
Zoom's acting funny, guys. You guys.
Yeah.
Am I the only one hearing that?
No, but Sal was buzzing a little bit when he talked.
Really, I didn't hear it.
Seems to clear up now. Well, can you guys name who the Time Person of the Year was last year?
Wasn't it Khloe Kardashian?
I'm just saying.
Didn't she win at 1.2? So that automatically makes it a worthless.
You know, one-time Person of the Year in the past,
Hitler.
Adolf Hitler.
Because no matter good or bad, propaganda or not, true or false, whatever it was, that was the influence on the year. I doubt she was, because the news cycle is completely different. I bet you've asked people in the chat room, they'll know eventually, but first guess, they won't know and they won't care. It's no different than a made up award, music award, movie award, TV award. It's a PR award. It's not an achievement for what is going on.
Somebody's brownies are ready.
You left your phone in here, baby.
How dare you? How dare you?
She makes up any excuse to come in, so she's like, I'm not making an ass
if you want to get on camera, all you got to do is do it. You don't have to beat around the bush with it.
I think the bigger thing is we can all get hot about whatever, some fucking preteen trying to talk shit to adults, but the bigger picture is that the UN is nothing more than theater of the absurd, where they try and do a little painting on the wall of all the races of all the kids to represent like how it does in the Denver airport, so they can do these doomsday scenarios of scare tactics so that'll echo and she becomes a meme for whatever to keep it in there, and then it leaves, and then Time shows their soft underbelly and says, yeah, we're a corrupt, complete shit news organization and they want to push an agenda. So what can we do to get people talking for the next week? Put this girl who has no value whatsoever, who's nothing more than a shill puppet of actors who were failed and are now theater parents, to put it out there, not selling for the individual, but for the overall agenda push to say, all right, UN, you're done. You it might have served a purpose at one time, but you've now proven that you are absolutely worthless and you're just a big sounding board theater stage. You don't have any value here to talk to anyone anymore.
The problem is you see that. We see that.
That's
the typical person doesn't see that, because let's face it, I'm not mad at this little girl. I'm not mad at this little girl. I'm actually.
If I saw her, I'd fucking throw one at her.
I give her respect and I give her props because she's smart enough to let them strap the racket to her back and make her a celebrity, because it's not her.
Or has she been MK Ultra since she was a little kid and she doesn't have a choice? They can say two words.
Either which way, she's letting the system give her the main event push, and she's getting the strap, and she's like the John Cena of going green. So why not?
Well, she's not the John Cena, but she's more the heel of the world. I don't think anybody looks at.
I want to see. I don't know. I have an odd feeling with what he just said. If this Greta girl is starting a wrestling promotion, I have to check it out and see.
In Norway.
Why? Because I said I don't hate a little girl.
Looking good, bud.
Sweet
I'm
CW.
kidding, dude. I wish I was. Dude, I buried myself so many times. I wish I had your politicking skills.
Here's the thing.
I don't politic. It's just I can't hate on a little kid for saying, hey, you know what? They want to push me to the moon.
Now
let them push me, and I'll take the ride.
Now here's
I know any one of four of us would do it too.
Yeah.
So,
here's a super. Please, t4show@gmail.com. Get some. Well, I'm going to shoot that moon video one day and get killed for it. Mm-hmm. Here's the interesting thing. I sent that picture that was actually in that Deep Thoughts Radio Facebook page about the way they would present propaganda back in Nazi Germany with Hitler. Man, it looks
just like her.
My God.
Oh, no,
man.
seriously. Okay, that because what's his name? Brett Logan. He posted that. That's reaching. That is a right. That's kind of like an extreme right grasp at straws, I think, to say that she had pigtails. So does little fucking Auschwitz Annie over here. I don't think
like
it was
the Swiss Alps girl. No, what I'm saying is there's just that same setup for the Hitler Youth is a lot of what they're trying. They're smart to try to get the kids to start oppressing, and then it's the nanny state and the police state and all this stuff mixed into one, and you have your Orwellian system.
Agreed.
But it's turned into after, and that was the most depressing thing I saw today. All of the people who just jumped right on board to say, you did great. You're wonderful. You're so brave. What are you brave for?
Wait, were they talking to you or are they talking about her?
No, her.
Oh, okay.
Because she has a disability. Or like, to me, that's what made me so cringy at it, because automatically we have to listen to her and listen 100% and can't say anything bad because she's a kid. Not only is she a kid, she's a kid with the cards stacked against her. Aw. So now that's just another layer of shielding on it.
Listen, she wasn't that little kid with a card stacked against her where she was giving Trump the stank eye from the corner.
That's exactly it.
Burning a
And
hole
she-
through
at
his
the end-
soul.
But so many people were like, "Oh, did you see what she did? That was so gutsy of her." Really? Why was it gutsy? Because a little 16-year-old stood up to him. No, she didn't. She stared at him from across the stage like a psycho. And everybody got every awesome, great fucking meme pic from that stupid face she made. And it just, you automatically, it's like when a kid comes up to you and they show you artwork and you're like, "Oh, that's a piece of shit." But you're like, "That's wonderful. Let's put it right here." What are you going to tell the kid it sucks? No, you can't. And if you do, you're the asshole. So
If I'm at merch, I'm definitely telling him it sucks.
We need to really redefine in society what brave is, what the card stacked against you is. We really have to have just a complete redefinition of all, because it is being redefined now anyway. Both of these things, being brave is like getting on Twitter and tweeting at somebody and that's standing up to them. Not, by the way, Sal and I have been off for 21 weeks and counting. It feels amazing. But, dude, I'm waiting for next year, one of us, wrestler with CTE, with CTE disability, cuts promo in front of the G9. Like,
Why not?
I'll cut a promo in front of the Monster G9.
I gotta say,
USA.
Yeah, get it over. The friggin' Brett Logan now does have competition from Australia right within Lethal Vendetta itself. We've got Bad Boy Biscuit Brody stunting with a Conspiracy Horseman shirt on as well, saying "fuck them all, man." So
look at that guy.
That.
Look at that son of a bitch.
Have we got confirmation on Australia existing?
Maybe at Black Shreds. I think he's in Lethal Vendetta. I believe so. He looks like he'd be down there. So
In one corner,
yeah, we'll see.
Red Logan, and in the other, the Biscuit,
Brody. That's good.
the
Shout
Crusher.
out. Good stuff, man. Let's just. I can put a wrap on this whole thing, you guys. Sal, so you can sleep tonight, rest easy. With all this more
You
hype,
killed her.
she's that much closer to getting molested by Joe Biden. So there you go. I mean, we're that much closer. They'll have a photo op and he'll do something, and they both could go down together in that beautiful cosmic terror.
That would be wonderful.
You know what? The way her parents, hate to say
I'm sure
it,
she's been
different than
passed around at parties.
Yeah, there's no different than Hollywood child actor parents. If they're promoting and exploiting her this way on a worldwide stage, I don't know. And they can't even play their cards right with trying to say she's all about being, I can't say the word, about trying to save the planet and try to get it against fossil fuels and all that stuff. And every other picture, she's on a yacht. I can't believe
she's a
those guys are
conservationist who
hybrids,
flies around the world and goes on yachts. She's definitely cares about it.
I would like the irony to be that she's talking about fossil fuels and then she's eaten by a reproduced dinosaur. That's what I would like to have.
That's I swear to God, that is the premise for a great movie. You should write the script for it.
Also, I want to see. I don't know if you guys can see this. That is the real new Time Person of the Year.
You see?
Is it Shemp? You got my vote.
The dog that killed what's his name?
Oh yeah, dude. Why not? Right?
Get him on. I think we can get him booked on this show.
I think so too, dude.
Well, unlike you three guys, I'm pro Greta. I don't agree with her message, but I don't hate her. So there you go, little girl.
I don't give a fuck either.
I can't hate a person for being smart enough to do good business to get her to get a push.
God damn it! What are her parents? Her parents know Vince. Is that what it is?
No, I wish. Fuck.
See if there's a NXT Switzerland opening up.
There has to be something.
There's nothing. There's nothing. But as a father, I can't hate on a 16-year-old girl just because she's smart enough to do business. No.
Can you hate on the parents for exploiting her?
Yes, you can hate on the parents because they're adults. You can hate on George Soros for financially backing it.
Okay, let's pump the brakes there, sweetie. Hang on. So you're telling me
I feel so special.
16 years old, somebody came to you and went, Papa Don, we want you to do this, puppet boy. He'd be like, yeah, because I'm 16. That's the fucking time when you sell out when you're 16.
What did Vinny Paz say, right? Vinny Paz, when he said he was 15, got offered $250,000 in a
Did he say
10-year
no?
deal.
Yeah, for 50 albums.
10
And
albums.
he did. He did say no.
Yeah.
So I think Vinny Paz and this little idiot should be in a cage match.
So, I'm gonna take
Well, my
Paz.
money's on Paz.
Me too.
Even though he's from South Philly, I think he can hold his own.
Wow.
Anybody got
Makes
anything else they
music for
need to get out before we move on from Greta, the top heel?
Ugh.
I think she could have a hell of an indie run. I think a lot of people would book her. After
I'll tell you one thing though, she does make more sense than ACH. That's for sure.
I think I see her on a heroin rehab trip, turn to reality show, age 23.
I can't wait till her helicopter goes down over a mountain.
Okay.
Because that's
Listen.
what she'll be on her way to a conference on a green ecocopter, and they'll just fucking fail and crash.
You know what makes me laugh the most out of all this? Not Sal's hate, not the agenda pushed by the left over here. It's the fact that they get proven wrong time and time again. Almost very similar to that Flat Earth documentary where they build up this thing and at the end they find the curvature and they're like, oh, we must have made a mistake. Credits. But every time they come out and they say water levels are rising, and then you see pictures of water levels being either lower or consistent to where they were 50 years ago. The temperature of the planet is increasing. Well, they take the temperature of the planet. It's actually lower by a half a degree or 1 degree. So they're wrong over there. Oh, you know what? Plastic straws are killing the environment. So we're going to give you a sippy cup made out of plastic. Oh, I see where you're going with this. Very smart.
How about did you share that picture where it was like the dock or the pier?
That was Stevie.
It was the
Stevie.
pier out in the water, and it showed it. I think it was late 1800s, and then it showed it at present day, and the water level identical. Now, sure, you could hit that at different times in the tide, but regardless, water level's pretty goddamn identical within 125 years. I think it was on that picture. So
Let's not forget that. God.
No, I was going to say, you go first. I'll follow you.
No, I was going to say, let's not forget that they changed the whole repackaging of what this was. It was global warming for decades. And then the Al Gore, an inconvenient truth, which turned out to be a very convenient truth, came out. He said 10 to 12 years at that time, similar to the Green New Deal, 10 to 12 years, changed to climate change because they realized we doubled down on the warming factor of it. It's cooling. So now we have to say, no matter what happens, the climate is changing. Are we doing anything to help it? Absolutely not. We can do a lot better. I believe there's lots of energy sources out there that are being hidden. Lots of Tesla technology and stuff like that was hidden back in the 40s when he died. There's a lot of stuff that they're hiding from us. And this is just like, basically, I'm going off a little bit of a tangent, just like hemp and the paper barons said, well, that's more efficient. That's cheaper. You can grow it. You can control it. No, we're going to control it with the paper stuff. Now that created marijuana. And that's, fast forward, that's how you overdose and get hit by a train on the tracks. But people aren't going to see that it's all about control and money. And I was going to say, I know we're getting to the dinosaur thing, but I think it leads into a great segue after you make your point to pop it on about the fossil fuel video I sent you guys a few days ago. It's very, very interesting what's going on with that, because we were supposed to already hit peak oil 7 years ago. Like 2012 was supposed to be the year for everything. And now they keep kicking that can down the road.
Yeah, and we definitely want to talk the oil conspiracy with that. I see Black Shreds is in the chat room here at twitch.tv/conspiracy horsemen. So he says at Trey Fine Music, and that's TREPHINE, Trey Fine Music on Twitter if everybody wants to check him out. So I don't know if
he's going to be like the Lethal Vendetta's direct opposition.
Yeah, he looks like he can be in Lethal Vendetta, but now maybe they'll go on tour together. Whole Horseman.
He's neck and neck in
metal
merch
tour.
sales.
Metal tour, yeah, man, for sure. But yeah,
Pro Wrestling Tees /Greek God, pop it on. Get all the merch and push you on the show. Otherwise, go fuck yourself.
And then he won't blame you.
Did you-
He's going to expect you just to take the push, and ride that rocket to the stars.
Absolutely, sell out. You're not selling out. You're buying in. There's a difference.
GGP, did you?
Shooter.
I know you don't
Now
listen.
listen, hold on. Before we go and venture down Jurassic Park lane, what I was going to say is this: before the CTE kicks in, our planet is alive. It's a living organism. Okay. Every living organism, its temperature changes. Sometimes it's weekly, monthly, daily, annually. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when you're infected, let's say you catch a cold, you have a fever. Now you spike a fever. What happens? Your body fights the disease in your body to try to beat it to get you back to normal. I personally think that's exactly what's going on with this planet. It's a living organism. It's not something that's made out of something that's not alive.
I disagree with you in a lot of ways.
Why? You don't think the Earth is a living organism?
No, it's not. It's not a living organism. It's an ecosystem that depends on each other. It doesn't all have a singular heartbeat and a nervous system as it goes through that. But that's not the problem. The problem is humans thinking we're so goddamn fucking important that what we're doing constantly is changing everything. And because people went and wrote a doctorate, scientists who don't want to put their nuts on the line with anti-science, take a full safe course that's backed by the top people, and then when their shit's exposed, they slink back away, and the next people don't step up to say they're fucking liars. The reality is this Earth changes every 10,000 years. You're right, that with temperature change, and it ain't because caveman back then or pre-Bronze Age man had anything to do with it. It has everything to do with the cosmos, where the sun is, Planet X coming in, fucking shit over, and shit could be
If there's a Planet X.
Shit could be an ice age. Humans are nothing. You're a flea on the ass of it all. Like, sure, a flea might make you itch a little bit, but it's not going to take down the whole fucking dog, man. And what will is
Black Plague.
I don't think so, dude. Not on this. Like, it's all everybody's imagination when shit can go. Winter is coming for 500 years if it wanted to, and that's got nothing to do with man and cars and that kind of shit. That's something that will happen and roll around again. But these higher ups know that shit could happen or will happen, and they're just cashing in on CO2 and carbon credits and all that shit to rape and pillage more. They don't really have any fucking belief that any program they instill, even if it's chemtrailing to block out UV rays, is really going to do anything at all. Man's insignificance on this planet is fucking so minuscule, but we think we're so big that we have such a fucking huge influence, and we're less than nothing. We're less than nothing.
I agree with you on that wholeheartedly. I totally agree with you that we're like a zit on an ass. We have a certain amount of power over everything beneath us, whether it's animals, plants, or whatever, but we are not the end all to be all on this planet or in this universe. I totally agree with you on that. But I do believe that this planet does correct itself, and it does go through cycles, and it is alive in some retrospect. It doesn't have a heartbeat or a nervous system, but just because it can heal itself.
I disagree.
You think that our planet has a heartbeat?
Yep. Absolutely.
Like Ego the Planet?
And just think about this for a second. If right now every human were to disappear, what would happen to the planet?
Yeah, temperature, it keeps spinning, and temperatures would change in the same fucking time.
The planet will not crash into anything. It is in its own. It is the ecosystem, but that ecosystem is living. That's the whole point of it. And we disappear, we're gone, all of us. Every trace of us, gone. This will keep going. It'll evolve. Maybe it'll go in a different direction. However, the point is, we are the thing that does not belong here. We have acclimated to this. We have acclimated to live anywhere on this planet.
We've just adapted. Did the dinosaurs do anything to fucking to deserve to get wiped the fuck out? Like, boy, those dinosaurs, they were reckless with the fucking planet. They fucking
that's if
no.
they actually lived on this planet.
And again, wait a minute. What about? They did. But aside from that, what about reptilians? What if that is their evolution? They turned around and that's what they became.
Right.
So all the big dinosaurs, all the bird dinosaurs, they died, but the other ones, the evolved ones, lived on like we did.
Yeah, I don't say no. Like, and that's the thing. If an ice age came out, it would fucking probably wipe out everybody but Nordic peoples who are used to that climate, or someone who can be in the near the equator. It isn't that bad, right? So
people have already adapted to a life without what we have.
Right. So they may become, more hardened or what have you, but the fact of all of this, of the guilt, it's the human guilt of, oh, I bought this shit and I threw some plastic away, but I still care more about getting my soda than I do the environment. And now we know we got them and we're going to fucking tax them because that's the hold that we have over them. Cut all that loose from your mind, in my point. Like, do good things for your environment. I'm not saying be a piece of shit and litter, but anything that you think one is washing the other, that the fucking solar system, sun, earth, or anything is being sped up because of what the fuck you're doing, the fraction of what that is so small in time that that's just man's belief that I'm fucking important. That's more, look at me, even in my shame, I'm fucking important. You're not. You're nothing.
I've been throwing those 6-pack rings in Greta's pool, and I'm hoping she gets her head caught in them.
Only you can. That's awesome. You got to draw that on the shirt. That's awesome. I was gonna say only you can prevent forest fires. So,
Stevie, what are you thinking, man?
I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen first. If Planet X is finally going to come, as you predict every week, or if Tom Brady is going to fall off the proverbial cliff and not go to the Super Bowl this year.
I think both could happen, really. I mean, Planet X probably won't come before I'm dead. It's a 3,600-year rotation. It's just the fact that once we get the, hopefully the Celestron telescope from Optics Planet to hook to the P900 camera, we'll be able to zoom in right where it is and be some of the first people to actually catch quality footage of it and say, once again, aha, fucking told you, and 80 people on YouTube can hear about it.
Yo, I'm serious when I am seriously shadow banned on YouTube.
Me too.
You put up a fucking video where I'm like, this is the unidentified flying object. I'm not saying what it is. That's just fucking weird. And it's got like 3, 4, maybe 600 views. And somebody else is like, hey, my dog was shitting fucking 5 blocks away. And I zoomed in on it. Take a look. Oh, 55 million views on that. Like, I mean, it's just crazy.
How upset would you be if you find Planet X and you guys see it with the cannon and you get everything all set up and you look and tarps are covering 80% of the planet?
I mean, like, dude, SmackDown's there next week? Oh, shit.
Ain't that something with the tribute? If you want to gloss over that a little bit or talk about it, about fucking Tribute to the Troops is not on television this year. And it's the 2 networks that they're currently on said no.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking cool.
So we can go War Machine or we can go science while we were still on dinosaurs. You want to wrap that and then we can go
Let's
that
go
way?
Science on dinosaurs.
Okay.
I think the fossil fuel question after that is pretty relevant.
Scientists successfully recreate Tyrannosaurus Rex embryo from chicken DNA. I'm going to read that again. Scientists successfully recreate Tyrannosaurus Rex embryo from chicken DNA. A 68 million year old DNA sample retrieved from soft tissue cells found in recently excavated pregnant T-Rex. T-Rex fossil has led researchers.
I'm not doing anything. Getting glasses.
Has led researchers at North Carolina State University to produce the first fully living dinosaur embryo in millions of years. The pregnant T-Rex DNA that was preserved in extremely good condition, according to the experts, was introduced in the skin cells of a chicken, a modern relative to the T-Rex. We often think of the T-Rex as a huge crocodile-like bipedal reptile, but in fact, the closest modern relative are birds, and the T-Rex was actually the dinosaur equivalent of a chicken, explains Linda Rushmore, head of research at North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences Paleontology Research Lab. A chicken dino hybrid, the living embryo is not 100% dinosaur, but is instead a genetically modified hybrid between a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a chicken, explains Helmut Hans Fraser, a molecular biologist at North Carolina State University. Quote, he says, it's impossible to recreate a fully living dinosaur from these limited samples of DNA, but we have successfully introduced this DNA into living chicken skin cells, so the result of this embryo, if it comes to term and eventually survives its own birth and does not present any biological defects, will be a total surprise. We have no idea what to expect at all. End quote, explains the assistant research professor of molecular biology. How do you not want
to work there?
Quote, we have noticed that the embryo grows at abnormal rates for a common chicken embryo. It's presently 65 times bigger than the size of an average chicken embryo after only 3 days. Its growth seems exponential, which is clearly fascinating, he admits, visibly enthused by the discovery. There's there's a paragraph on ethical debate, but I think we've seen the movie.
Yeah.
I think we've seen the movie. We know how this goes. Stevie set it off, man.
Well, if that's the case, if everything that we were taught and were shown in the museums about a T-Rex is now out the window, why is every museum in the world not changing the models of what it is? Why are we, once again, lazy science? Well, there'll be more money to change it, because now it's a whole new batch of textbooks, a whole new thing to teach in school.
But these guys don't have that funding. These guys beg when you walk in that place and you drop your $20 going to go whatever to do it. They're begging you for every 4 seconds to donate, because they gotta clean the polar bear. We don't have guys.
Church.
Exactly. Just like church, except church will take the money and just go piss it off on hookers and coke.
Just like church.
I just got to say then, why isn't anybody asking that question? And then when you look at a T-Rex that, what are they saying, 40, 50 feet tall that are in the museums or whatever? The things are huge, but now they're more like chickens or more like flying birds.
They're not closely related. Well, that's like saying a pig is closely related to a hippopotamus, or those sort of things.
Woolly mammoth elephant.
Right.
Nah, you guys realize a couple things. The history of dinosaurs is not factual and accurate.
Except the carbon dating. Sure, go ahead.
No, I'm not talking about the age of the dinosaur. There's never really been a complete skeletal dinosaur found.
Except
a lot of it. No, there hasn't been.
There has been. Yes.
There has not been.
Okay, go ahead. You go first, and I'll finish up with the facts. Go ahead.
The dinosaurs that were found and put in the Smithsonian, right? They were probably 2/3 complete. And what they did is they ended up, the missing pieces, they ended up sculpting it and making up the rest so they can put it on display to generate money. It's a work. Not saying dinosaurs didn't exist, just it's kind of funny how for years we've learned that T-Rexes looked a certain way, and now we're being told, guess what? We were just guessing, and we didn't really know, but we kind of presented it as facts, and they made movies about it. But now they were more like chickens, and they had feathers. They weren't reptilians. Come on, man. Come on.
So if you're gonna quote the words, quote them correctly.
I don't quit, but
he said they are closely. Most closely related to chickens. Not that they were chickens. It's not like fucking.
I didn't say they were chickens. I said
you just did. You just did.
I said that they resembled chickens to where they have feathers and they didn't have.
That was velociraptors. Velociraptors had feathers.
Telling you what I've read and what I've seen. I'm just telling you off the information that I followed, what was said. Not saying that the people who presented the information were honest or factual. I'm just presenting my argument off of what I've seen. I'm not saying dinosaurs are not real. All I'm saying is that today it's AB3 and tomorrow it's XY4. So what are you going to do?
But that's what's called learning. That's how we evolve.
Not called learning.
Yeah, it is. If I come in and I tell you, if I say to you and I go, well, that looks like that weighs like, I don't know, 500 pounds. So I'm going to say, yeah, that weighs 500 pounds. And you're like, no, it doesn't. And I'm like, no, it pretty much does. Because look at it, man. Yeah, I checked it out. It weighs about 500 pounds. Then we weigh it, and it weighs 380 pounds. And I'm like, oh, that only weighs 380 pounds, Papa Don. We did research. We found out what it actually weighs. We figured out that the weight didn't change or did change or doesn't change. That's how you figure things out. It's called scientific method. You keep figuring out
I understand that.
You can't pick your spots, because, and I'm not saying you, but them, because you're talking about Nephilim, you're talking about Egypt, you're talking about all the pyramids that are nowhere near Egypt, that are being, if you suppress one thing, or if you say science is supposed to be completely accurate, and it's also supposed to be an amazing journey of learning things constantly for knowledge. That's what I mean when you're saying, well, they don't have the money to change it, then don't go to the museum, because you potentially could have very inaccurate models of animals that lived in the past.
Listen.
Nephilim have been proven. There's tombs, there's mounds, there's sightings from Afghanistan. There's things in the pyramid. Why is the pyramid being guarded, Ben? There's things being suppressed from our history. Graham Hancock has great material and great books talking about things from past history. If you question one thing, or if you say, well, that's just that one thing, but everything else we said is absolutely accurate, you can't have it both ways. Society doesn't want to question them, because it's a fucking idiocracy. It's only 4 guys on a Wednesday night questioning this article, 3, I should say. But
well, the one guy we talked to about giants, he's disappeared. So,
good luck charms. Come on our show.
No,
I'm not mad about it,
but we talked about the Darwinism
cannot...
agenda of the Smithsonian is what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. Okay,
where they don't want to break and do what WWE won't do and say, we were wrong. We thought it was this, but here's all this new stuff, but we're going to block that shit out because we invested so much in this. Like, they just keep pushing that when things like this happen, and you're like, well, what the fuck is real? We're using these programs. Go ahead.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, he's drinking.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, he's going.
All right, so he said, I'm just going to read this last part. He said, who would want in his right mind to bring back to life a 4-meter high creature?
You're fucking killing me.
That approximately weighed 8 tons, asked French bioethicist Jacques Clement at the University of Versailles in Paris. There's already a leading consensus that GMO foods can cause damage to human DNA, and now we're creating a Frankenstein-like creature from dinosaur DNA. If extraterrestrials are looking at us right now, they must be shaking their heads in disbelief, saying with humor, what happens if this species crossbreeds with modern chickens? This could alter our modern chickens' DNA forever, as do GMO plants when they interbreed with millennial-old species, he adds as a warning. Last year, Harvard geneticist George Church and his colleagues successfully used a similar gene editing technique known as CRISPR to insert mammoth genes for small ears, subcutaneous fat and hair length, and color into the DNA of elephant skin cells. So they're changing down to the skin cells, hair length, ear size. I mean, you talk about genetically modified. This isn't just making a new tomato. This is being able to say.
Right. And what are they saying? They're very much really hammering the bell home of no GMO. GMO has negative effects on human cells. It affects our DNA really poorly, which is why GMO, everybody's against it, yada, yada, yada. So that's their warning on this. So that will likely get fucking knocked down a little bit. That will likely be why they don't get funding for certain things. Because GMO, no, that's the bad word. That's a bad buzzword. We can't have that. Our company can't get behind that. So, okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
And then I want to come back. I want to actually get back to what Stevie was saying, because like my head's going to explode. Like it's like, because it's like you guys are skipping by all this shit to say, well, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing this? And you know why they're not doing this. This was created. Hang on, give me 1 second.
Well, what's interesting is the fact that in the first 3 days,
you are fucking killing me.
In the first 3 days,
absolutely. Go get out. Jesus Christ. Fucking dog.
Doing the job to Shemp. I love it.
In the first
his fucking birthday tomorrow. That's all. So
in the first 3 days, when it went to 65%, that's pretty Like, could you imagine, like, all right, we're going to try this shit, and in 3 days, compared to what a normal chicken egg, this thing's already taken the fuck off. You're like, oh boy, what the fuck did we do? Like,
All right.
those guys are just in for a ride right now, you know?
So let's go back. Let's go back to this century. Forget pre modern mankind. Since the industrial era, that sort of nonsense.
Stevie, when you were in junior high, forget all that.
Right, when he was a kid.
Yeah.
And he was just getting his car at that point.
You mean horse and buggy?
So now here's the deal. How come none of these people were women? Okay, none of these people these great scientists who figured all this out, they weren't women. Why? Because women weren't allowed. There was all these old stodgy white guys. Wait, don't shake your head. Don't shake your head, because now you're not listening. You've already negative this.
I am listening.
Because here's the thing. These were the guys in control. And for you guys to say, well, why don't they? It's all about money. This is all has to do with what they wanted out there. And then let's go back further beyond the modern era. Okay, go further back. Why wasn't this put out? Because the church didn't want it. So the church controlled it. And the church silenced it. Because they were in control. They had that power. They did that. They took a fucking entire extra Bible and put it away and made it illegal. Okay? It's different now. Now everybody can say whatever they want. They can go on the internet. They can put out their theories and be crackpots and be talked down and all this other shenanigans. Back then, this was all controlled by the main people who ran everything. So now you're saying, well, why didn't, how come they haven't updated? Well, they don't update because they don't have money. And then if they come out and say, hey, guys, we were wrong. We didn't discover it, by the way. This museum didn't discover it. Some other one did. But we are going to now have to update all of our fossil stuff to give you guys the proper stuff. So that's going to cost us a couple million. And we're going to have to shut down while we do this. So now we're losing more revenue. Who's going to do that? The stockholders who run that, or the people who are making money off of that? I know it's nonprofit, but the people who are behind that, do you think they're going to ever do that? No. Okay, they're not going to expand money on something to put over somebody else's discovery, especially when they have to say they were wrong. Because it's just a double. Now we have more reasons not to listen.
That's weird to me.
That's like obviously wrong.
Rey Mysterio having more gear. He's going to get more dolls, and people are going to buy more of them because he's got it. So if I found more to the dinosaur story, I'd be 3D printing them new fucking things and all this other shit, and then that'd be more people for ticket sales to come back and go, "Fuck, we saw that, but here's some news. Here's some new knowledge." The draw is the new knowledge.
But in that time that we're waiting for you to print out that one 3D model,
well.
How much money have you lost in the interim?
If I got one printer, but if I got a print farm and a whole museum behind me.
Again, this is we're just going to up the scale.
Sal,
yes, sir.
no one's disagreeing with you. You're making valid points because I personally agree with your points. Okay, it's all about money. It's all about control. It's all about having some sort of narrative in play that you could take advantage of personally to get your greed across, to make the more money, to have the best bottom line you could possibly have. But what I've always said, and you always argued with me against, is that science and religion are identical and exactly the same thing, to where that statement you stated, that is the golden rule on both sides of the coin, both in science and religion. And my thing is that in science, they present everything from day one as fact because they discovered it, or it's only a theory that some guy...
They disclaim it as theory, and then they have to prove it.
They say it's a theory, but they present it as fact in arguments, because if you bring up a theory in an argument and you have a counterpoint, right away they dismiss you as a crazy tinfoil hat wearing person who doesn't know what he's talking about because you didn't go to Harvard and you don't have but that's what I'm saying, bro.
As the theory, you have to get you're killing me.
No, I'm not killing you.
No,
you and I are on the same you and I are on the same page.
You start out with a theory. If you're a scientist, if that's your fucking job as a theoretical scientist, you have to hope somebody gives you money. You have to hope you find an organization or a trust that is going to back you up.
Dude, Darwinism. That's all I got to say. Evolution has been proven wrong time and time again by finding the fossils of giants Okay, finding this, finding that, being destroyed by the Smithsonian.
Not proven wrong, just proving that there's other avenues.
No,
not
proving
wrong.
that the theory is wrong, that humans evolved from apes and monkeys.
Oh, well,
that was Darwinism.
Right.
That is the layman definition of
Okay.
Darwinism. Now, we came from another species, which is our closest resembled species, which happens to be monkeys, which is total and utter nonsense.
How is that nonsense when a T-Rex is being made off of chicken when you can use the same embryo? Like that's pretty much an identical Darwinism with being able to genetically modify, because you have to have the base unit, and that's saying
how can you believe in giants and then believe in Darwinism when that contradicts itself right there?
I don't think that giants and humans couldn't.
Yeah. What different breed? What
different race, dude? Are you insane?
No, how am I insane?
That's like that's like there's Triceratops and there's fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, it's just a different species.
Different species of what?
Human. That's how there's fucking.
Seriously?
It's like primates, dude. There's
Stevie, am I missing are they missing the point here? The giants came from the Nephilim came from the women of this planet and fallen angels mating and having these crossbred and being punished and having these giant hybrid creatures on this planet, which bones have been discovered and has even been talked about by Abraham Lincoln, right? And it has been destroyed by the Smithsonian, which is run by Charles Darwin, and they all believe in Darwinism so they can get their angle and their shit over, because they know that if the truth came out, they would be proven wrong and they would all be proven frauds. And that's the bottom line. Evolution is a work.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I know so.
Because if you're talking... sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this is Cosby math right here, though. What I'm saying and what Papadon's saying is basically, and Ben was kind of saying it too, Sal, that once you question one thing, it should be a super positive thing to say, we have a whole new age of learning, which is always presented to us. That's what 2012 was kind of going to be, an awakening, to know that a Planet X or some kind of Planet 9 or whatever is in our system, that we're not just in this static thing where we never ever need to learn anything new for the rest of history. Like, we figured it all out. This is supposed to be, this could be, like you're talking about money, there could be super funding and grants and government stuff. There could be a whole new, you can create so many jobs that way, because now we have to rewrite the history books, redo the museums.
Wait, jobs for who?
What's that?
But okay, so let me just boil this down real basic. Why does a burger at McDonald's cost 99 cents?
It's not real meat.
But the obvious salad, which is better for you, costs $7.99. Why wouldn't they just make this a universal menu of only good food? Why don't they do that when it could save the world?
Because burgers taste better than salad. And
that's an opinion. That's not real.
That's definitely
real. That's an opinion.
If you look at the statistical facts, I'm pretty sure when you go to McDonald's, it's called a hamburger fast food restaurant because they sell hamburgers and they taste better to the majority of the people.
But they figured out that's really bad for you.
Yeah, well, what can I tell you? I'm not.
But now you're hand washing it, which is exactly the same thing I'm saying about anything Stevie is asking. This should all be remedied immediately. Oh, we've been proven wrong. Remedy it. They won't.
See, this is what I'm saying. Okay,
it won't happen.
If a scientist comes out with a theory, right, whatever the theory is, and later on more discoveries in that area of where the theory exists comes out, and they were able to build on that theory and use that theory as a foundation to move forward, then that's continued learning. I understand that. But when you come up with theory A 50 years ago and presented as stone cold hard facts for 50, 60, 100 years.
I agree with you on this.
And then later on, theory B comes out, which disproves theory A as fictional from the beginning of time. Then obviously there was a narrative push, and that's not science.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that, and but that's not what we were arguing. You're arguing the fact that it's not learning when facts change.
Well, let me smash on his. No,
I never said it's not learning. All I'm saying is that science has the bad habit of presenting a theory as fact from day one. Case in point, Pluto. You and I, all four of us coming up, Pluto was a planet. Okay, we'll always say it's a planet because that's what we were taught and instilled in our head since we were little kids in grade school. All right. Then all of a sudden, some numbnuts in NASA goes, well, Pluto's a dwarf planet because it's too small to be a planet. We can't consider it a planet to be based on the circumference and the radius and blah, 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 blah. Okay, now everyone's saying, no, it's a dwarf planet. You are wrong, sir. Guess what? It's just been presented again that they're considering Pluto a planet. Now, are they doing this because they don't want to admit planet X is around the corner from Pluto? Or they're admitting it because they messed up? Or are they admitting it because there's some other grand scheme agenda down the road for Space Force?
They're trying to keep their budget up. They need something to do. NASA's closed down. They have nothing else going on.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
Let me go back and smash on this. Hold on. I got to say this because it's the science and religion are the same things kill me because
it is.
No,
it's not.
Because you know, we can talk about the Darwinism, whether true or not, and what their agenda push is of apes and primates being very close to Homo sapiens, and that could be the evolution with some genetic modified if you believe in ancient alien theory. But when you're talking religion, do you believe?
Hold on a second. Put a pin in that real quick. I just want to say one thing. Our human species has more in common with the dolphin and the pig than we have with apes. So if we were to evolve from any other creature, it wouldn't have been apes, considering that we're a lot more genetically similar to dolphins and pigs.
I'd say our behavior and maternal instincts are closer, but I think that could be more for in their argument. Jane Goodall's
right when they use a heart transplant, they use a pig's heart, they use the pig's valves because they are more like ours. The brain of a dolphin is more like ours. Everything else is our primate land.
That aside, I don't believe in any greater power making someone out of sand and then that person taking his rib out and making someone else as a better method scientifically in my mind to lock onto to say, yes, this is the origin of man and it's never been done before. Okay, now, if you want to apply that to ancient alien theory where they came out of the sky, took silicates, which is sand, and then created some cellular structure to create an advanced human race to be their slaves and crossbreed with that. And then from there, they took that piece and made the female version of it to be able to have them to breed on together. And you want to tell it in a scientific way that way with something behind it? Sure. But the magic of sand and a fucking guy in the sky watching you masturbate who waves his Harry Potter wand, and that's how fucking people came about. No way fucking Jose in your Congo line on that one, bro.
Listen, I was just about to say the same exact thing you were going to say, that what was told to us through religion could be fictitious or it could be just misrepresented through the years because of trying to control the masses through storytelling. But at the end of the day, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Buddhist, whether you're whatever, there are a lot of similarities in folklore and legends in all these different religious groups. And they all have a lot of similar stories. And I'm pretty sure that you may be right, but whether it's Alien Alvin or Buddha Bob or God or Allah or whatever you want to call him, Scuba Steve, there is a creator out there that made the human race. Now, whatever you want to call him, that's your prerogative. Okay? All I'm saying is the reason why science and religion are the same is because science and religion follow the same spots, tit for tat, and they tweak it to fit their narrative.
Well, that's human control. That's human control.
Whether you're believing in God as God being a definite being that made us, or you're believing in gravity, where now all these physicists are coming out and saying gravity doesn't exist. It's a magnetic push as opposed to gravity pulling you down. We're getting pushed down by the magnetic field around the Earth. Even, what's his name? The physicist, Takao? No, what's his name? With the white hair, the Asian guy.
Michinoku.
Not Taka Michinoku. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about. Cacao, yes. He's saying that Einstein's theory of relativity was wrong. Taka, whatever the fuck.
Michio Kaku.
You know,
told you.
He was saying that they were wrong and that gravity doesn't exist. We're being held down, being pushed down by magnetic
Well,
force.
we
But
talked
you know
about
what?
that
But
during
here's the
Saturnalia.
thing.
I mean, is our universe just keep raising as it was? Maybe the whole universe is going up, and that's the fucking force that's pushing down on us like an elevator, you know?
So, and Papadon, the guy that you just referenced, Dr. Kaku, is a theoretical physicist.
Yes.
So that
but
means
what I'm
everything
saying
he
is,
says is in question, and nobody believes, and they think he's a fringe wacko.
listen, everything is a fucking theorist, a theory.
All right.
Everybody's a theorist because look, you
Okay.
can't prove gravity is real because they did the test with the apple and they named it gravity. But you know what? All these years we know that we're stuck on this planet, on this ball, because it's gravity. Now people are coming out and questioning it, saying, wait a minute, it's not really gravity. It didn't fall and got pulled to the earth. It was pushed to the earth through a magnetic field. This guy was wrong. I'm right. And what they're saying is they're presenting their theory as a fact. Same spot. Duck one, push theory as fact until you're misproven down the line. And that's exactly what they do in religion too. And it's all about the money.
Except religion doesn't evolve. Religion is still hanging on to the same tenets from 10 million years ago, 3,000 years ago, which is what science does.
The Pope didn't come out and say something about aliens. The Pope didn't come out and start saying that
what has changed in religion? What changed?
Go ahead, Stevie, take it.
Well, you're going to use that word evolution, but you're also going to say that science needs to, on the front-facing side with museums and information, stay stagnant because we don't have the money. That the technology is too painful to recreate. Do you see what I mean?
No, but do you think they're doing that by themselves, or do you think someone else is not letting them, or not giving them what they need to do so?
Well, yeah,
that's my question.
Nonetheless, it doesn't move forward, and no one gains the knowledge. You have to dig deep and far to see these.
That's my point.
Well, I'm just saying, when you say that religion doesn't evolve, I'm not disagreeing with you, but you can't say that science necessarily from these stories is really evolving to the mainstream.
Science, if we put them side by side, science has evolved way more than religion has evolved.
Not the information part of it.
The evolution of religion is atheism.
Listen,
I'm talking about the information. Right. The information flow of both is stagnant.
As far as dinosaurs, let me just throw this out. This is from June of 2018. Okay, from Popular Mechanics.
They're the ones who say 9/11 was the narrative is true, so we're gonna believe them. Come on, man. That's like going to Snopes. Hold on, Snopes.
Oh, good.
Nope. Hey, Fabosaurus did not exist.
You're right. Hang on. Let me get the Bible and read that. That'll be way more informative because they've been updated how many times? How many? 6, 7, since what? 3,000 years ago?
Well, they wrote it. They wrote it 300 years after they told it.
So yeah, the deal was doing this. Okay, so the release of Jurassic Park. That's how this all started from pop culture. The release of Jurassic Park, paleontologists discovered new 15 species of dinosaur per year. Okay, over the last decade, that rate has increased to 1 species a week. A new species they've discovered. Paleontologists, because now people, and again, this goes into a cycle, because they see these movies like how guys saw Star Trek and they decided to make cell phones and they decided to make
Star Trek. They want Star Wars.
Nonsense. And yeah, what have we gotten from Star Wars? Speeder bikes? No. We got the sand crawlers? No. Got lightsabers? No.
I fucking wish.
Anyhow, so increased to 1 species a week. That list includes a near complete skeleton of massive plant eaters the size of a dozen African elephants, and a quail-like dinosaur that one paleontologist dubbed a fluffy feathered poodle from hell. So now it's fun, it's cute, haha. So in doing that, people have seen it, and they talked to a guy in here who talks about when he was a kid, seeing the scene from Jurassic Park is what made him become a paleontologist. Okay? Then this cuts back into the Amber illusion, and they kind of debunk the whole how it doesn't work, and how cloning a dinosaur is kind of bullshit. And this is June of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, probably can't survive more than 1.5 million years, with the oldest known DNA sample coming from a 700,000-year-old horse. That is the oldest DNA sample they had in 2018 when this was out. The dinosaur exiting the world some 65 million years ago, finding useful dinosaur DNA trapped in amber is pure science fiction. We can find fragments of DNA, but not enough to genome and activate it. This is only last year.
Yeah, but
More
now
than that,
here's the part of the story I was surprised you didn't jump on. How terrifying, Sal, is that these are North Carolina people that are in charge of all this. Like, that was the scariest part of it all to me.
It says we don't have the genetic blueprint for cloning a dinosaur, except we just talked about a Tyrannosaurus. Wait. Tyrannosaurus Rex chicken is what we just talked about.
How much do you want to bet that this shit's already done and this is like the fourth one out? The stories that and fucking
exactly.
Jethro's got 4 back on the ranch already, fucking penned in and locked
he's breeding them huge.
Yeah,
to get those big chicken
You see
wings.
the size of these fucking eggs? Yeah.
You got to see my hot wings.
Well, we put a beating on this one. I loved listening to you guys go back and forth, and I don't think we're going to get a resolution. But obviously, as the science changes and the stories come out with this CRISPR technology, I think is the ultimate thing to keep its eye on, because they're going to use it for the Jurassic Park headlines. But when they're making kids and you can have Stevie's baby blue eyes, GGP's promo and Sal's size, you can make the ultimate fucking wrestler if you wanted that, you know. And
let me just, I'm gonna wrap this up. One in 2009, this guy Horner co-wrote a book titled How to Build a Dinosaur. He proposed the wild idea of taking a chicken embryo, genetically modifying it with a head, teeth, and claws and tail like its ancient ancestors, the Velociraptor, and he called it the Dino Chicken. So that was 2009. This dude wrote that in theory in a book.
And you can get that at Popeyes. That new Dino Chicken sandwich is going to sell out
fucking
quick.
hard to get,
it's
guy.
Tough.
You might get shot.
Chick-fil-A might have it first down there in North Carolina. You want to check your spots first there.
Yeah, Bojangles also carries it.
Hey, Stevie, from your magazine, The Source. Source Sports, former MLB running back Larry Johnson accuses Dwayne Wade of sacrificing his son in a Masonic ritual. Conspiracy theory or truth of the hidden hand? Former NFL running back Larry Johnson has recently accused NBA star Dwayne Wade of planning to sacrifice his son in a secret societal Masonic ritual in exchange for wealth and power. The accusation came through Twitter last week in response to a controversial Thanksgiving pic of the Wade family on Instagram, in which Wade's 12-year-old son is wearing a crop top and nail polish and has his nails manicured. Larry Johnson says, I didn't see what the issue with Wade's family photo was all about. His Twitter obvious him symbolically standing with his hands in a pyramid. Freemasons believe in sacrificing a child or their children to doctrines of demons, doing what he's told for worldly wealth. Johnson casually insinuated the 37-year-old NBA star, whose fingers are forming the triangle shape in his avatar, is an active member of the Fraternal Order, otherwise known as a secret society. The former Kansas City running back continued, Freemasons believe in sacrificing a child or their children to doctrines of demons, doing what he's told for worldly wealth. This isn't the first time the 40-year-old chief running back fired shots at the LGBTQ community last year. Johnson accused the NBA and NFL of allowing Masons to use professional sports to push gay agenda on elite professionals. He said, quote, there's an effeminate agenda going on amongst NBA and NFL elite, peddled by high-ranking Masons/handlers to indoctrinate their heterosexual sports world without them knowing, for the buying power of the LGBTQ community. But we're not ready to have that conversation yet. He says, the Vogue fashion show you now get from the team bus car to the locker room, most of the outfits you think are for 16-year-old boys, not 6'6", 30-plus-year-old men. The softening of play, everyone's a three-point shooter, noticeable weight loss to fit the feminine archetype. I mean, you're the NFL guy on here, man. What are you feeling about this little inside conspiracy story?
Larry Johnson has been, last year, I think he started coming out with this kind of stuff. And this is pretty huge. It's a pretty big accusation. What did it say? What happened to his kid? Did his kid die? And
no, he didn't. He said he's setting him up for it, which is like a weird thing, because he must know that he's messing around with Masons and he's seeing his kid looking like how they did Jalen Smith and stuff, like totally a feminization. And we've talked about this. I was in New York City They sold that LGBTQ movement out to the M&M store, to the Lego store, bro. They marked out for it and made it all corporate. And here's this guy with his kid doing the transgender thing in the family photo to just push it while he's doing the Illuminati symbolism. It just seems he's going along with the whole program, whether it's the Prince Hall Masons for African Americans. It seems to me like Larry Johnson knows something is coming and is trying to shine a light on it. You know what I mean? Like there's other things.
Is he trying to save the kid, maybe?
I don't know if it's that. It's just the fact that he's done. Like dude, yeah, I know you love the New Day, but it's undeniable when they're doing unicorn dildos on the head and he's filleting ice cream pops and they're wearing pink and blue and they're
I didn't see that episode.
taking things out of their pants and putting it in guys' mouths and shit. Like that this
like
is what
Adrian
it is.
Adonis did back in the day.
That's fine, but you have 3 strong black men who first came in as a spiritual Southern Baptist choir to do a Bojangles thing that way. And then they were kind of the forefront of this. And here's this guy saying the same shit in a not fully worked sport and saying enough's enough, dude. I don't need to dress like a transgender 16-year-old millennial because you tell me that's what's hot where I got to carry a man purse. But he's pointing it out.
It was stated in that book, The New World Order, that came out in the 80s, that one of the, besides merging all the religions and having one religion for everybody to follow, they were going to blur the sexes. There wouldn't be no more masculinity, no more femininity. Everything's going to be what they call today gender fluid.
Well, it was like Prince. They would try to do it with all of Prince's marketing.
So what they're looking to do is, make everything gender fluid to where there is no male, there's no female. But we have seen the feminization of the male, I don't want to say species, but the male demographic of the human race, because everyone's wearing fucking skinny jeans and they're male purses and look at the rap game.
Well, it's all gender confusion, that too. And how about in wrestling? Becky Lynch is
the man.
There you go.
In the middle of a wrestling revolution, a woman revolution, which makes no sense, but whatever. I'm not saying whatever, like I'm pushing it to the side. That's obviously an argument point that fits our argument that we're making today. But
that's the corporatization of it. That's like, how can we fit this LGBTQ thing in a certain way? We're blurring lines and out there.
Same thing as putting the rocket in the back of Greta Thunberg and pushing it to the sky. They're pushing this agenda all across different marketing media planes as well. You see it on every TV show now. Now there's a token LGBTQ person on every show. And on every show, there's a lesbian couple, a homosexual couple. There's like back in the day, there was a token black guy who died first in the movie. And
you guys love your Corky clips. Absolutely.
So regardless of that, regardless of the Corky clips, all I'm saying is they're taking something and they're capitalizing on it to make more money. They're forcing it down everyone's throat. So it's no surprise. All you have to do is read between the lines. You see it everywhere. Not only in sports, in media, in literature, in television, and God forbid you stand up and say something, then you're the racist. You're the bigot.
That's the thing.
You're the homophobe.
You don't have to read between the lines anymore. It's just there. There's no more reading between the lines. It's just out in the open and done.
You have to read between the lines because everyone's head is down in their phone like this. They're not paying attention to what's in front of them.
Well, put on your phone the last Firefly Funhouse thing where they had reptilians and the Freemason compass and square symbol in the background. Stevie, we kind of cut you off there. What are you feeling about this now, man, in the league after Kaepernick and that agenda? Here's a guy, trying to shake things up a little bit.
I mean, I don't know. Like we said before with the Hillary stuff and the kids and drinking blood and everything, it doesn't have to be a valid thing. Like it doesn't have to be like it really is magic. You really do live forever. But the most dangerous thing is when these people completely believe that and are willing to act on it. So Dwayne Wade, other people, you talk about, look what Kanye's doing. Kanye's had to dip in and out of MK Ultra or some kind of indoctrination. Seems to be broken free, but maybe re-indoctrinated with religion now. Who knows? So
doesn't it seem like the Alex Jones push? He's just going for that money. He's just going for the evangelical money now. Like, fuck it, let's go for it.
But Jay-Z's recently hooked up with the NFL, and look at the history of him and Beyonce with the Illuminati stuff. So, I mean, it's in the halftime show for years and years and years. How much symbolism is in that show too?
Mm-hmm.
As far as Kanye goes, I think he's doing the right thing smart wise, because if he gets in the whole religion angle, he don't got to pay taxes anymore. So smart for him, because separation of church and state. But I want to say something to the fans who are listening to the show and who are going to listen to this show, on the replay, not live.
Here comes the go fuck yourself.
No. Seriously, this Larry Johnson guy keeps posting stuff. He even posted a picture of a pig gorilla hybrid that they did in China. I want each and every one of you guys out there and girls to go tweet him and tell him that he needs to come on this show so we can get him on a session of the Horsemen so we can all sit down and talk shop. I sent out
feelers. Disappear 2 weeks later.
Listen, I've sent out tweets.
Yeah,
to
I'll
him.
find out who his manager is tomorrow. I'll find.
We need our producer Ben Dorr to send an email because let's face it, man. What he's saying and we're saying is on the same frequency. Might as well do a collaboration to where we can, come out at everybody and start throwing, stiff conspiracy theory Yakuza kicks across the board and get the shit over.
I agree completely, guys. If that's where we're going to use our Hamin Army power this week, it's Larry Johnson. Let's find out his, do it as respectfully as you can. Direct him to join us on Wednesday nights to see if he will, and we'll do some legwork to see if I can find his agent and reach out in the next 48 hours. Very good, GGP. Thank you for that. What did we say about China there real quick?
That they did a pig.
Pig.
They also did a social credit score. China set to roll out Orwellian mass surveillance tool this month. China developed their new high-tech system of mass surveillance coercion aimed suppressing political dissent among its 1.4 billion people while forcing American and Western businesses to conform to the government's communist policies if they want to operate there. The system that critics call the Orwellian National Level Control System has been dubbed the Social Credit System, the SCS, and was set for launch in the coming year, although the recent reports from China now, the rollout could be late until 2021. The massive system has been tested in several major Chinese cities and uses millions of surveillance cameras linked to supercomputers containing massive databases, face and voice recognition technology, then identifies and monitors people with the goal of controlling behaviors that range from dissident political activities to jaywalking. Ostensibly as a part of the financial credit record monitoring system, similar to those used in the West. Vice President Mike Pence calls out the program in a recent speech, warning that China's surveillance system is growing more expansive and intrusive, often with the help of U.S. technology. By 2020, China's rulers aim to implement the Orwellian system premised on the controlling virtually every facet of human life. The so-called social credit score, Mr. Pence said, in the words of the program official blueprint, it will allow the trustworthy to roam everywhere under heaven while making it hard for the discredited to take a single step. Wow. Motherfucker.
We touched base on this in the past.
Right, but now it's the roll it out, baby.
Now they're going full force. They're putting the rocket behind this agenda big time, man. I wouldn't be surprised we start seeing it here within a year or two after it just drops in China. We'll use the Chinese as our little guinea pigs to see whether or not it gets over.
Well, did you see that? Did you hear the one line, with help of American technology? How is American technology in China? We get our tech from China, so this must be some serious NSA shit, right?
We get our shit built from China.
Listen, all I know is that Stevie's safe because he has those 30 kids in his basement, so he's okay. So that's good. But the rest of us, we're all fucked. So that's that. Ben's gonna try to go hunting in the forest, and they're gonna give him a bad credit score.
Well, I already got that. That's not a problem.
It's a bad social score.
I'm almost hoping this replaces credit score because I kill it on Twitter. I'll be everywhere. But we did see the video of the dude who was in, and I kind of got into a weird argument with Adam Revolver from OVW. I don't know if you saw that, Sal, where he posted about factory farming and the cruelty to animals, and he showed like the pigs in the small lock containers there. And then we saw this fucking dude in China who's in almost an identical container to factory farming, where he's locked down in a pen. He can't move. His legs and arms are underneath bars, and he's saying, "I'm sorry, uncle," because they Uncle Police, because they monitored his WhatsApp conversation like they would monitor the Horseman chat.
Wow.
And because he made a fucking rib on the police in there, they went, got him, brought him in, and they were about to fucking take him down. And he had to apologize, saying, I had too much to drink and I just said something to my friends in the app that wasn't, I'm sorry, Uncle Police. Please forgive me. I won't open. Like, that's where they are right now. And you can look that shit up and to see that guy, it looks like he's almost in, you know, like an old bathtub, like from the 1800s that would have been in there. But he's sitting in that with shit all around him. It's like a bumper car skeleton that he's locked into, dude.
Oh man.
And they're just grilling him over
the gravity tests.
Yeah, exactly. So like what the fuck? Like, could you imagine in 2-3 years when they try to implement it here and where they're looking back through Horseman chat? Did you say this about Greta? Oh, I'm sorry, Uncle fucking Greta. I didn't mean to say that about. How dare you say that to me?
So she changed by that point to Uncle Greta?
Yeah, Uncle Greta.
All these fucking kids down a well, and this idiot made it.
Yeah,
dude. This is the thing. This is what I was saying earlier about her and the way they're actually training the youth of this world to become the police.
Yep.
They're going to because this cancel culture stuff, this stuff where if somebody says something wrong, we'll give a wrestling analogy. They're trying to keep Sandman from ever getting booked again because he had an opinion on women main eventing wrestling. He said it to their face too. So it's not like he pulled the pussy wrestling thing where he was doing it behind her back.
Well, he wasn't even doing it about like the whole biz. He was just doing it on that show because Muda probably should have been main eventing or him.
But you see what I'm saying?
But they tried to spin it. They tried to spin it as cancel culture. You know what I mean?
Right. That's exactly what it was. It was come out as, oh, thanks for mansplaining to me.
Yeah.
But isn't that a social credit punishment?
It is.
Now, because of this, we're going to use social media to punish you and make sure that you're starved. To what degree? Because then the argument that it's been for how many decades now, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. Well, what is considered to be wrong and what will consider to be wrong? Because no matter what, they're going to massage that line and tell people
until they want to. Anything that goes against the marketing trend of LGBTQ because they said so can get you in fucking hot water or whatever the next thing is. And this is, you say Orwellian, which, you know, in their Winston, he goes to the woods and there's mechanical birds that are watching him even. So there's no place for them to escape. His TV's watching him all the time, like ours is listening to you, like your phone is listening to you. But what Stevie said, and the more important thing is in that book, is Mrs. Parsons' kids, who are part of the Young Secret Spy Society. Like that's like their Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. They're, you know, the new spies. He's even paranoid of them because he tells a story about other kids who went and just told on some guy as a rib, and he ends up fucking murked in the middle of the night, ends up unpersoned. So they are training a whole generation to turn millennials to turn on boomers. That's happening right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
The incentive is now that when you do that to somebody else, you get rewarded. And right now we get rewarded. You get rewarded because people will be on your side on social media, and sometimes it turns into a payday. And if the government's behind that and incentivizes that, now you're talking about, wow, I could just, and like you just said, as a rib, because I don't like you, I can just say you did this thing that'll trigger the keyword to get the government on you. And you're guilty until proven guilty. You're guilty anyway, so fucking kill yourself. Pretty much.
You know what's interesting is I just saw the trailer for, what's his name? It's the Atlanta bombing. Richard Jewell story, and people are saying
Richard Jewell.
Yeah, going to be one of the biggest things Clint Eastwood's ever done, man. And you know, the real story that people have in their minds might not be even close to what comes out here, or is this going to be a retelling of history? But yeah, absolutely. And the way they want to be divisive and be rewarding to snitch on your neighbor and do that shit, it'll just keep driving the line further and further of what is in taste, and until it becomes like that Orville episode with the full everybody voting you up and down in real time. One thing while we're on Orwell that I wanted to get out on Russo brand, and I had forgotten, and even Stevie dropped the spot on me on that one. But I was watching AOP come out, and on the Titantron it said war is our peace. Dude, that's Orwell straight up, because in Orwell it's war is peace, ignorance is strength, freedom is slavery. And then I think in V for Vendetta, it's strength is in unity. I can't remember the other ones off there, but it's a takeoff on there. So even on Raw, we had Freemasons, Illuminati shit, that, and now we're getting Orwellian. War is our peace, but war is peace, and a big shit on there. And like that'll go over a lot of people's heads who never read Orwell, but that the point of that is in George Orwell to have total control over somebody. They have to be able to hold two opposing thoughts in their mind at the same time. Freedom is slavery, war is peace. They make the excuse for it of being in a perpetual state of war, like we have been in Afghanistan. Have we been attacked by anybody from Afghanistan in 18 years? No. Well, war is peace then. This is what we're doing, and there's a whole other story that we're going to lead to into that. But man, this is just like a light switch of how it's going to go off there, and it's just going to be accepted, even though we see riots in the streets right now.
Scary future, man.
Yeah.
Scary future.
Scary present. It's not even future, right?
Stevie, yeah. I mean, especially this whole social credit stuff. I mean, it's going to be ridiculous because Sal's boys over there at CERN, you know, they're coming up with these chips, and Sal wants to get chipped, and you're not going to say something that adheres to the person who's making the rules prerogative. So they're going to turn off your chip. You won't be able to buy a car, buy plane tickets, buy a house, buy food at the grocery store, go buy a noose so you can put a little around Greta's neck like he wants to. You know, you won't be able to do any of that.
Let me ask you a question then. So if this turns around and they start doing this, let's say they come over here and start this, and forget the fucking civil war that would start here. But let's say everybody just jumps in line and kind of just goes along with it, and it gets passed that the social score will now be effective for American citizens, and everybody's got to do the right thing or they suck and you're fucked and everything else. Is it better now if everything you're going to say and do is now just in private, back to the way it was? Like if you had if you didn't like someone, you didn't care to hear what they said, or you wanted to call them some sort of a racial slur, or you wanted to say something to someone else, you did it in your own home, not in public, not around anyone else. If your public face was the one that, you know, kept your credit score, your social credit score going, and everybody was now fucking, let's just not even say nice, let's just say everybody was neutral in public. Is that a better world than it is now, where everybody's fucking constantly being a cunt?
No.
Not in a good way?
No, because I'll tell you why. One, who has the right to say what's right, what's wrong, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable?
That's a very high stance.
Hold on.
But the government does.
Screw the government. The government is a fucking mob. That's it. And
well, there goes your credit score.
Yeah, you're right. But here's this. Let's say you say that in the privacy of your own home, right? Like you said, and you don't say it out in public. The case that we're all saying here is that our phones are spying on us. Our TVs are spying on us. Hell, even the pigeons, which are really CIA genetically modified spies, because no one's ever seen a baby pigeon, right? They're spying on us. So guess what? You can't even think about it because now you have thought crime.
Now you're talking thought crime, which is the other part of
So
that.
God forbid you can't think about it. You can't even say it to yourself looking in the mirror. You can't say it in your own home because everything you're being surveillanced 24/7, 365. What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Right, well, we're going to have to smarten up and get in line, like basically.
So you're saying that's better?
No, I'm saying the state of the world in right now, where you say something and you've outraged everyone, they cancel your job, you're fucked because they get you fired, because they send your tweets to your boss, or if you're in the professional wrestling or entertainment, you're canceled because they call and say, oh, if you put them on your show, we're going to boycott. So now you're fired from that. So now you've been, no matter what you do and say, you're still in that position. You're still in that box. You're still being monitored. And none of this is going on. We're not in China, yet we're dealing with the same shit.
Difference. All that stuff's going on now, but guess what? You can still go buy a house. You can still go buy a car. You can still go groceries. You can still leave the country or state, buy a plane ticket, buy a train ticket, because none of that matters to what you have said. You understand what I mean? You say something, and now your credit score, your social credit standing score, is what you're getting judged on. And people in the upper echelons of the government are making decisions whether or not what you did, what you said, how you said good morning to your neighbor is either good or bad.
And you can't buy a plane ticket.
Exactly. What was that?
That was my full moon alert for tonight. I don't know why he came up.
Was it 12/12 tonight, dude?
12/12 tonight.
Yeah, 12/12 tomorrow.
Thank you.
True.
But so, do you see what I'm saying?
But then, okay, but let's look at it this way. And so actually, Tuttles just said it in the room, and I was going to try to get to this point. Facebook jail. You don't post half of what you want to anyway because you're afraid to go to Facebook jail.
That's what
and save it. Listen, everybody who says, "Oh, I don't go on Facebook." Okay, great, terrific. You don't go on Facebook, great. I'm saying the people who do, that's a thing, and that curbs bad behavior. So now they're spanking the little assholes who are gonna don't act up. You should go to Facebook.
Right. So
jail.
there's the rub. Right. We're America. We want freedom. We want to cunt off. We want to tell people to fuck off. That is a toxic culture. Chinese communism, they want control of markets and people, but if you've taken Psych 101, you're talking about operant conditioning, and that's exactly what this is. Through fear modification of, holy fuck, I could go do time or I won't be able to travel, I better stop being a fucking complete cocksucker. But there and again, I'm also paranoid of every move I make, so it's a total control method. However, horseman-wise, is this a better way to correct human behavior, even though you want to go against it? And will the evolution of humanity benefit from a time of turmoil, of constant paranoia of each other, of having to turn the tide, of stop being toxic human beings where everybody lives in some fun little anime soap world? I know. I'm just saying, like, that's.
Remember that shit? Remember that?
Well,
that
I don't.
Was the big deal
Stevie
back
remembers
then.
that.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure you read it in books.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like you know, Stevie lived it. You read it in books, and you're a teacher. So.
Yeah.
But listen,
like,
they come for us today. They come for the Jews tomorrow. They come for the other people.
No
the
one
next day.
came for Stevie.
No, I'm making a joke. But all seriously, you get a Facebook jail. That's on a platform that you really don't have to partake in. It's your choice to be on Facebook.
Dude,
whoa.
No, dude. No. You can't skip by that. This is some people's life.
Well, that's different. Look, but that's a choice. It's their choice
Not
to
for
make
them.
Yes, it is.
This was fed to them.
So you're telling me people who are on Facebook and Facebook's their life, before Facebook, they didn't have a life?
No, but now they're used.
That's their First Amendment. That's their First Amendment rights. That's the First Amendment right.
What I'm saying is,
you're not born an alcoholic unless you're Greta's fucking mom.
Yeah, Pop. But what I'm saying is, these people who go to Facebook jail, regardless if Facebook is their end-all be-all existence or not, that what happens on Facebook stays on Facebook, meaning that you can't post. You get banned from watching. Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. You're an asshole on Facebook. You get banned on Facebook, but you have. I
lost
credit.
My whole shit.
Hold on, but you have a good credit. You want to go out tomorrow, go lease a car. What you said on Facebook, is it going to affect you leasing a car? No, it's not at all. There's no implications of what you posted or what you argued about on Facebook about Greta or whoever or cats or whatever affects you buying a car or leasing a car.
Again.
But
so
this
I
credit
buy
score
my car.
thing.
Right, I buy the car, but now I come home and I have my outlet is gone that I talk to people with. What if you know what I'm saying? I'm playing devil's advocate here because
I know you're playing devil's advocate.
It doesn't work that way anymore, man. It doesn't happen. I know, like, for you, it's easy. You can do that. There are people who Facebook is their only connection to people. And it's not something they didn't. Before Facebook, they had MySpace. They had other things.
Saying. Okay, I see where you're going with this. You're putting this. You're comparing this to the credit social score, and I understand where you're coming from. But that's on a minuscule level. If we start doing this the credit social score now, or ever in this country, if it ever comes down to it, we're all screwed. We're all screwed because everyone's going to be falling in line because they're going to present it and market it as a necessity, whether it's to help us for our freedom or our safety or whatever to tuck us in at night so we can sleep better, people are going to fall for the shenanigans, and then they're going to rely on it. And what happens is that aspect is going to control civilization and everything around it. You telling me that I can't go get a beer because I told someone to go fuck themselves and thank you for listening?
I think there's going to be two stages in this, possibly more, because they're not just going to go all out, flip the switch, and suppress people. Not when there's a dollar to be made. So what they're going to do with the social credit score is say your social credit score is much higher. So now when you go to buy or lease a car, your interest rate is higher. Your credit, the banks, they're all going to put us in further debt, but it's a form of mild and slow starvation because now you're so underwater in that you can almost barely afford to feed yourself, which most people are experiencing now anyway. You can't have a home. You'll have to rent. You'll have to live in the confined quarters like Agenda 21 once, where everybody is in their little cubicle. So then I think there's going to be a major terror attack or a false flag that's all based around the central hub of social media, and they got to lock it down. And then they'll connect it. Then that full switch may flip. That could be 10, 20 years from now because they'll milk it for everything that they can until now we just got to turn them into little worker bees. Now it's got to be like that movie Equilibrium. Maybe we're going to give them some medicine because people are too emotional and we got to level everybody out. This is for your own good. Here you go. This miracle drug will stop murder, stop robberies, stop violence, stop wars. All you got to do is take this pill or this injectable every day.
Don't steal my medicine, Baba, because I'll break your fucking back. Wait
a minute. GGP, remember, what is it? West Coast Avengers?
Yeah.
Dr. Doom was in charge. Simon Wonder Man went into the deprivation tank, and he was doing tests on how long he could sit in sensory deprivation. And he was in there for like a month or two. And he came out. Dr. Doom was in charge. The world was awesome. He solved hunger. He solved crime. He solved all this shit. And Wonder Man's going, what the fuck? Now, even the Avengers were like, okay, Dr. Doom's good guy. Good guy. We're all on board. Finds out Purple Man had controlled the world through a media, through television ads and shit. Purple Man controlled everybody's mind to say Dr. Doom is the guy. But the world was a better place. And so being a superhero, what did Wonder Man do? He beat the shit out of everybody and made everything back the way it was. So everybody saw the light, and now, the world went back to crap. So
Utopia was good, but it wasn't honest. And because of that reason, it needs to fucking be destroyed because we need to live an honest life. Yeah.
But so everybody was working. Everybody was working. Listen, everybody had jobs. Everybody was happy with their kids.
Listen, that's like just being plugged back into the Matrix.
The Matrix, right.
Exactly. Or it's just like Demolition Man. Everybody falls in line. Everyone eats the same thing. Everyone doesn't get out of hand. No one yells. No one raises their freaking voice. No one has intercourse physically anymore. It's done through headsets.
And if there's no school shootings and there's no this and that, is that the fucking trade-off? That's how they'll justify it.
Right. Well, it's the same exact thing with the Patriot Act, right? Yeah. Same exact thing with the Patriot Act.
Well, we'll do the one here. We'll finish up. I got 3 stories left.
I was going to say really quickly,
absolutely.
Who's to say that there's not some kind of time capsule or time-sensitive thing that's set to be valid in the Patriot Act that was just rolled over?
Yeah.
They're not going to sneak it through at 11:38 a.m. or p.m. and add that to the Patriot Act because basically it's protecting our freedoms, freedom of slavery. So
keep an eye on the end of the month because that's when they do it, right before the new year. And this one's from Stevie, and I was, the spectrum has been a little bit better, I guess, tonight, but they came out fucked with it. But I'm automatically on 5G. No, just a click overnight just happened, right? So here we are. Law firm sues Apple and Samsung claiming phones exceed radio frequency radiation safety levels. Chicago-based law firm Fegan Scott has leveled and I'm going to hit them up too tomorrow to see if we can get them on, has leveled a lawsuit against both Apple and Samsung, claiming the independent testing suggests that the radio frequency radiation levels in recent smartphones far exceed the federal limits, quote unquote. when used as, quote, marketed by these manufacturers, unquote. The basis for this lawsuit dates back to August when the Chicago Tribune launched an investigation into the radio frequency radiation levels output by popular smartphones. I don't know if you're listening now, our person inside the Chicago Tribune, but I will be in touch with you as well to follow up. You know who you are. I'm not going to dox you here. But I know you're an active and avid listener, so this will be something that I need to contact you about. Apple iPhone 7 standard testing, 5 millimeters from the body, the W over kg, so watts over kilo something. I'm not sure.
If it's kg, it might be kilograms.
But kilograms is a weight measurement. Kg in
but it might be penetrating the skin as far as your
body.
weight or something. I don't know.
Could be. It should be from 5 millimeters from the body. Test distance should be 2.47. From 2 millimeters from the body, it was registering 7.15. So just a lot higher in the standard test versus in the modified tests, a little bit closer. But standard testing, from what they promise or what they say is safe or not, doesn't even seem to be close in the same range. The paper hired an accredited lab to test several smartphones according to federal guidelines and found that some of the Apple iPhones are allegedly emitting radio frequency radiation that exceeds safety limits. Apple disputed the results and in a statement said that the testing was inaccurate due to the test setup not being in accordance with procedures necessary to properly assess the iPhone models. At this time, FCC said it would launch its own investigation into the results. And the day after the Chicago Tribune published its findings, the Fegan Scott law firm pledged to launch its own investigation into the claims. So it goes in a little bit more about what's safe, 10 millimeters and 2 millimeters. Come on. Are we really getting into that level of millimeter of safety when you're exposed to it and how fast this iPhone 11 and they push through 5G all at once? Here's a law firm of, if Chicago is full of social justice warriors, this is where they need to be unleashed for the good of mankind. So I look forward to contacting this law firm and following up with them, man. But we're going to keep an eye on this story. Sal, you looked like you wanted to jump in.
No, well, here's the thing. They are going to get into those minuscule things because I'm trying to think of the word. Any movement up or down is going to help their cause. And in the minuscule, who really knows? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who knows that measurement? Does Nancy Brown know the difference between 1 kg and, the 100 megawatts? Like, they'll see it and go, oh my, oh. They don't know. They have no idea. So yes, they are going to be that minuscule and that precise with that test because that's just going to help them.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is drop cancer on the end of it, and that's what the Nancy Browns will go, no way, not in my home.
Well, that's it. But the whole thing is this is a small piece of the whole 5G puzzle. First and foremost, the investigation that's going to be done by the FCC, the FCC automatically approves every Apple device without any kind of pushback. So that investigation is going to be just for show.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Alexa, solve the 5G dilemma. Okay, go ahead.
Siri just went off and said, please search the web. Well, the whole thing with this 5G thing is, and I got to remind people of this, because the comments in this Mac Rumors article, Sal, you want to get mad. You want to see how much worse that would be than that Facebook thread you were talking about earlier. These people it's kind of like Stockholm Syndrome, defending your captors. Like,
yeah,
you can't say that. Or like somebody, oh, you're crazy. And who cares? It's not going to hurt you to be like right by your reproductive system all day and all night long in your pocket. Even so, 2 millimeters, 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters. That's fine. That's one device. What if Nancy Brown is walking her dog down the street and every 2 houses is a 5G tower? Now you're multiplying that by how much? And the repeaters, and they're attaching the smart meters to people's houses. I showed you that thing from England.
Right.
The woman's crying. They broke into her house with a warrant to put a smart meter in her house. And she had no place to go.
Same as the TV taxers.
So what about you told the story, right, Sal? The guy asked the Verizon guy, hey, what are you doing up there? Go
mind his fucking business. Mind your fucking. Good business.
Dude, it's never. There's that famous thing with the New York Council. What was it? What's MTA, right? MTA up there in New York.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically saying, we're not going to give you any kind of studies. We're not studying this. We're not going to give you any findings. It's already started. We don't need it approved. No wireless technology, 5G, 4G, 3G, Wi-Fi, any of this stuff, Bluetooth, has ever been tested on a long-term basis, officially, unofficially. We're all getting tested.
Yeah.
Has ever been tested on human beings to see the effects.
Right now, yeah, absolutely. Like you said, we're the test. We're the test subjects, man.
So, I mean, and when people get in there in that cognitive dissonance in that chat, in that forum on the story, it's like when you give them information to say, hey, this might be dangerous. It's like, whoa, you're going to take my iPhone away. You son of a bitch. Not going to do that. You know what I mean? Or you're just crazy. You know what's going to happen? We're aware of all this shit. We're very aware, and we try to be careful. We're the ones that are going to fucking die. They're going to live to be 100.
Yeah.
So that's the rib on us.
It's the tech addiction, but what they did genius marketing wise is tie status to a product. And that makes you not want to give it up more than any of the tech addiction reasons,
Can I ask
psychologically. Yeah.
No.
Seeing as
Go on.
since I've gotten this iPad, okay, I've gotten the Pro, I got the larger screen.
How'd bragging
the
camp
bigger-
work
yeah,
out
so-
for you?
Well, it's great. So my point is, I don't give a fuck about that it's Apple. That it works great with my phone, terrific. You know, the fact is that for me, it's amazing. It's an amazing tool. Okay, so now I can't be the only person to be like, whether it's Apple or not. Like if they could have put a fucking Crayola sticker on it, made it a Crayola thing, I would still want this because it's an amazing tool for what I use it for. Like I've never been so impressed with a product in my life, and I'm not. I'm not out there going Apple. I'm not trumpeting for them. But I can't be the only one who doesn't care about a status symbol because I don't take it out. I don't show people going, look at my shit. I just love what it can do. So the fact that they made that kind of a product, they made something that is fucking amazing compared to what I was used to. So now, to me, I don't know. Like to me, it's like they give you that, and well, they didn't give it to me. We went out and paid hard-earned money to get it.
Or is it a Trojan horse?
That's the thing. Like, what if they wrapped this horrible, horrible evil inside of something that we use perfectly every day and love?
Google wouldn't do
probably
that.
more than our wife.
Google wouldn't do that. No, that's where we are. I want to not table this because I want to get to the general neutral messaging system, but I want to kind of do a whole show focus and we can get them on here to explain where they want to go next with it. Because if I'm on 5G now and this shit's deployed, how are you going to undo? The Pandora's box is open. Like, who's going to be held accountable? What the hell's really going to happen?
Oops, that's all it'll be.
Yeah.
Did I do
Well,
that?
you know what? There'll be a class action that they'll email you randomly and say, hey, you could be part of this. And you'll probably delete it and be like, I'm not getting involved in this scam.
Get your $20, put it towards your brain cancer.
Buy coffee at the hospital while you're getting your fucking tumor zapped.
From the general neutral messaging system, this is an older one from pre-Thanksgiving from Shane Heckman, Vince from Pittsburgh. Hello, gentlemen. First, I need to say, amazing show as always. Stevie, I wanted to write and say thank you for sharing a very real situation with your brother a while back. However, I didn't want to remind you of that horrific time. That's why I did not want to write to you back then. After Vince wrote to you, and I thought now is the time I should. It's a situation very close to me, as my best friend had leukemia also. I'm not saying my best friend as in I'm just someone he knew. He lived with me and my family for about a year in high school because his home life was shit. For my friend, it didn't end well, as chemo destroyed his immune system, and simply, and a simple cold finally took him at the age of 26 in 2010. That being said, if Vince is listening, I'm also from the Pittsburgh area. I'm an hour north there in Grove City. I don't have much financially to offer, but if there's ever a fundraiser or anything, please let me know. I'm more than happy to give you my support. Keep fighting the good fight. I'm sorry I was working when I was listening. It didn't catch your emails to write it down. The Horsemen are right. Make sure you eat well cooked meals and stay healthy. Cannot stress those two things enough. One, please be careful about going out in public, and two, being ashamed of anything, man. You writing The Horsemen and sharing this takes balls. Stay strong. Thank you guys for your time, and special thanks again to Stevie for being 100% real. Bye-bye. So, yeah, man, that was a powerful episode. You know, I felt, even afterwards, not to make it about me, I didn't want to put Stevie or anybody else in that, you know, where we were having an esoteric conversation about immortality or, you know, transhumanism, and if that technology could have prolonged lives of people that we've lost, you know, and then to get into that, obviously we're going to share our own experiences because Horsemen, we keep it raw. Stevie?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that. And also, you know, this episode's another example, and this is why I love doing a show with you guys. People, you know, thought we were like mad at each other because we really heavily disagreed on that immortality issue of transferring consciousness, you know, from your body to, what was it, like an avatar.
Then the avatars changed from
to be on the internet, and AI would control your
from
conscious
nanobots
forever.
to be fully digital.
Yeah. And just like tonight, we vehemently disagree, but that's the thing that's missing from society. And these stories of people like that at different ages, and this mystery of cancer, leukemia, these deadly diseases that I'm 100% convinced there's a cure somewhere for it that's just not being disclosed to us because of money, population control, whatever in their sick mind to have more for themselves.
Yeah.
They see it as a thinning of the herd. And unfortunately, everybody knows somebody. It just sucks when it's a kid, when it's a baby, when it's a teenager or a fucking adolescent. That's when you see that and you don't want to react in a way to try to stop it, you're a fucking monster. You know what I mean? If you're those type of people that have that type of, what was that one, Brzezinski or something in Texas, like basically he had stopped the girl's brain cancer. She died mostly from the chemo, but it had actually stopped the cancer from growing and was starting to reverse it when she passed. Remember that? It was a machine that kind of like flushed her system out. What was it?
The frequency machine that he had? Is that what you're talking about?
It wasn't a frequency. It was actually something that was like, it looked like a bunch of like a distillery type thing that kind of flushed your system out.
Cleaning her blood out?
It was like, I think it kept positive alkalinity and all that stuff and really just killed off the cancer. And they suppressed them. That's a big documentary. I think I sent it to you guys, like a 2.5 hour one.
We'll have to look back into it, maybe highlight it for sure, because I definitely need a refresher. And I know we watched the other guy with the energy machine and what they were doing, but like Stevie says, how many things have we talked about that are being suppressed over and over and over again in different methods to be able to do it?
Here's the interesting part about it. You ever see the one we saw the story, like, you know, the Canadian doctors cured cancer. We've seen that throughout the decades about somebody in Canada or another country. And I look at the Facebook comments and it's just like, those doctors are going to commit suicide. Like, people know. People fucking know. Like, the joke, it's an Epstein didn't kill himself type thing. Yeah, we're going to commit suicide, whatever.
Why aren't people just going in and punching doctors in the face until they fucking like, oh, well, I think we need to put you on chemo. Punch, 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 punch. Well, maybe I need to rethink that because, yeah, let me hand you this fucking article of Canadian doctors who did it here, or these New Zealand doctors, or this Australian kid who fucking did it. No, chemo. Nope. Let's get back to the face.
You know why,
punching.
dude? I'll tell you why. Because we're going to get into it again. When you say it to them, they go, "It's not tested here."
Well, this fucking
and
punch is tested.
That's it. They're out, dude. At that point, they check out. It's not tested here.
I just laugh at that because for everything other thing we want to be so worldly and have a world economy and have all these other things and talk about immigration and all this stuff about being so open and have open borders, but then we become a complete isolationist when it comes to advanced medicines and therapy.
Can't
You know
tell
what
me
I mean?
nothing.
In other countries,
You can't tell
we're
me
crazy.
nothing.
That's
No.
Frankenstein shit over there.
When I said to the doctor for my father, and I said, what about the marijuana? You know what? Don't stay off the internet. Don't look at it because that stuff's not tested. It's not. I can't even recommend that. He was adamant about it, about not doing that.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get involved.
That shows their work even more. And speaking of open borders, GGP, here's the last one. From Jim Coutresorelos. Hey guys, I love the show. It's Coutsorelos.
No one cares. Move on.
Coutsorelos. Coutsorelos. That's a tough one. Hey
Say it
guys.
again.
Coutsorelos. That sounded Greek. That's why I said it.
That's what I said. Spell it again. I'll pay attention.
Coutsourellos.
Cout.
Koutsamopoulos.
Coutsorelos. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
That was a tough one. But he's a Jim, so maybe he's a
Colombian.
Dimitri. Hi, guys. Love the show. Just wondering why you think there's a massive push at the moment for fake meat products. Who is benefiting from the reduction in real meat sales? Also, why the push for homosexuality and gender fluidity? Apart from the Muslim people benefiting from the most by having less non-Muslim children being porn, why push? From Melbourne, Australia, Jim sent from my iPhone. Well,
That's why.
I don't understand the Muslim porn thing. But,
Wait, no. Hang on. I know this dude. We know this guy. Oh shit, he got banned from Twitter because of us.
Did he?
I know this. Yeah, I know this guy. He's a good people.
Okay.
He had mentioned that to me once before. He brought up, and I didn't understand. There's a big thing with Muslims and porn in Australia.
Oh, is there?
Fuck, Jimmy. Yeah, he's a Greek guy, but yeah,
What is he banging? What are they banging kangaroos?
something like that.
Oh,
but,
I think it's the taboo thing. What with that Mila? What's her name? The chick who did the indie show. She's like the Arab porn queen who bangs them all out.
So yeah, the whole plant-based meat thing. That's it's a new trend. That's why.
It's
That's why
not.
the big push.
Well, actually, X Butcher
Hold
the
on a
chat's
second.
got it figured out. He says if you're a Muslim queer, then you must eat fake meat.
Okay. Sure. Listen, there's no such thing as meatless meat. There's no such thing as plant-based meat. Listen, if you're eating a patty and it's made out of beans, it's not a meat patty made out of beans. It's a fucking patty made out of beans. It's a bean patty.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
So when you go to the
You're gonna mince words
supermarket,
though. So
no. When you go to the
that makes
supermarket, when you go to the supermarket, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna eat me some meatless chicken." It's not fucking chicken. It's some kind of fucking modified engineered
It's
product.
marketing, dude. It's
I
a
know, I
marketing
know.
ploy. That's all. Relax. You're
I'm
You're
not-
explaining for what? For who? The idiots in the room. They know this too.
Yes. Yes. Look, man, just like frozen hot chocolate is not a fucking thing.
Well, I think this is a speaks to a bigger thing. He's got questions that we've already answered. I think all of his questions throughout past shows. We kind of talked about this of we're trapped in this bubble of America where it's a constant toxicity and divisiveness, whether it's race, religion, culture, age, political party lines. We see it in UK and we see it with Brexit. We see it, with the Royals versus the Tories and everything that's going down that way. Australia seemed shielded from that, where we got built up over a decade. Now they're getting it all in a breakneck speed time. I don't think those guys can handle it because it was like, they tested the marketing out in the big markets. Now let's just dump it all on them. They get the dollar store version and we're going to fucking do the overstock on them all at one time of the last decade. And I couldn't imagine getting all of that shit at breakneck speed. It's bad enough to have to ingest these shit sandwiches along the way for the last 15 years slowly. Imagine getting them all in a 5-year span. I don't think the human psyche can take that, even if you are Australian and drunk most of the time.
Yeah.
Have you guys
Agreed.
tried that Impossible Whopper? Have you tried that?
I
Sal?
didn't.
I have. I've tried the Impossible Whopper, and I've tried the Impossible White Castles.
Hold on. What's
Huh?
what? Explain what the Impossible Whopper is. I've never heard of it. And what is the
It is a
Impossible White
plant-based
Castle?
meat.
Yeah, it's plant
Uh,
based.
wh-
It looks
And-
just like a Whopper.
It tastes like a Whopper too. It's good.
Yeah, that's really healthy for you.
See, here's the thing. It's not, but here's the thing. And I laugh at this all the time. Thanksgiving dinner, we're at Al's, and he asked the question, does it have onions in it? To which it was answered, yes, not a lot though. He says, I don't like onions. You won't even taste them. Then why'd you put them in? So there is infallible questioning. You can't beat that. You can't beat it and say, well, it's for the flavor, but I don't like the flavor of onions. But you don't taste them. It adds to the overall flavor, but I don't like onions. You won't taste it. Then why'd you put them in? You can't. You're never going to get past that. So yes, the Impossible Whopper is not meat. Okay. Do you still call it a Whopper because it's no longer meat? They do. It's marketing. It's the easiest thing for the fucking smooth brains to grab onto. The guys who are like, I'm going to start a very healthy diet. So I will start by not eating meat and I will eat plant-based food because that is obviously healthy because that's what everybody has told me ever. So now that's the easiest thing for them to grab. $9. GGP, I almost fucking lost my mind for a package of sausage. Sausage at Giant. A 3-pack of sausage is $9.
But is it pork sausage or
Nope,
chicken
it's
sausage?
plant-based. It is
Then it's not
plant-based.
sausage. It's
Actually,
not
it is sausage. Sausage is anything wrapped in a casing. So it is.
Well,
But
what's
anyway, the point
casing
is
made out of?
soy or some sort of bullshit.
Okay.
Some plant-based crap. But the point is, it'll taste exactly like it. Okay? But now it's healthier for you. But you can't. You see, you're throwing it away, but you can't. This is what these people
I'm
are basing
throwing it
their
away.
Who,
I'm saying-
who
what
says
I'm
it's
saying is,
healthier?
like-
Who rated it healthier? Who's
That's what I mean.
tested
The
it?
Impossible Whopper, I think, has already been proven to be like actually just more chemicals and more stuff
Right.
like that famous thing of the meat before they died and do all that shit
Right.
at McDonald's. This
Right.
is some kind of like heavy GMO product.
Yeah,
Listen.
and the White Castle ones, I had the White Castle ones. They were fucking awesome, but they're like 3 times as expensive as the other ones. So you just eat the regular ones.
Just like organic and non-organic, it's all a fucking work. It's not
All
true.
bullshit. Yeah, just like recycling. All
It's all
bullshit.
work. It's all work.
All goes to the same dump.
Everything's a fucking work, dude. Everything,
Correct.
especially frozen hot chocolate. God damn it.
But you have heat with frozen hot chocolate.
Yes, I do, because it cannot be frozen and
Wow.
hot at the same time.
There's one other one from Frankie Zero in here that is no less than 17 paragraphs and will not be read on this
Skip
show.
it.
So, dude, do better if you really want your shit read. You know, I'm not
GGP,
gonna
did
do
you know that I invented the Dunkaccino back in 2005?
How did you do that?
I just started putting coffee with hot chocolate. 2005, I did it.
What was
It does
it?
taste good though, the Dunkaccino.
Now it's a fucking thing.
That's it. Never should have. Never.
And you
shoulda
know
left
what?
Louisville.
You know what? That's not the only good idea you had. You've also had a good spot for dipping donuts in Easton, and
I did.
you know,
We could have
Dippin'
served our own
Donuts.
Dunkaccino, but that came.
We
in
don't have time for new Dippin' Donuts right now because we're busy selling Zordos olive oil at www.zordosoliveoil.com. Ultra
How do you spell
premium
Zordos?
Zourdos Zordos.
Leave
olive
off the
oil.
last S, go suck.
Or for free shipping, if you want, and you can get it right now for the foodie chef, or just to get back in somebody's good graces for Christmas. Ultra premium olive oil from ZordosOliveOil.com, and after you get
Is it the
that,
Impossible olive oil?
it's not impossible. It's sourced right from Greece, and ultra premium. And after you get that, you can go to Manscaped, get out your lawnmower 2.0, shave yourself down real
And
quick.
you go fuck yourself. Fuck you, Manscaped. Fuck you with your moving goalposts, you wrestling promoter motherfuckers. Go fuck yourself, Manscaped and Celia
you-
Elizabeth.
Ben, do you know anything about? So somebody asked you a question about Zordos olive
Just
oil.
no
Do you know
sold it.
the answers?
Do I know the answers? That it was rated on the
Yes.
98% highest scale as they had it lab tested, and it comes from the Zordos family Greece, groves in Greece, cold pressed.
Do you know what pressing it is?
Yeah, cold press.
No, what pressing?
What pressing it is?
Yes.
I don't know off the top of my head. I know I have a stat sheet.
Fair enough.
But you can, it might be in the copy.
Somebody's asking me because I'm talking Zordo's olive
Well,
oil.
you
with
could
them and they
tell
want
them. You could tell them that this Greek right here has had some of the Zordis olive oil and is some of the best, if not the best, olive oil I've ever had. Yeah. And that's coming from a Greek.
They don't trust Greeks.
It was.
I don't blame them.
Here's what I know: they shell out boku bucks to have it tested against whatever the top ones that artisan olive oils do that retail for anywhere from $79 to $119. Theirs came out as good or above in the 98th percentile, and they're selling it for half or less than half the cost. So that's just the real deal, what it is right there. And
because they care, because he could have easily bought his 7th Mustang with that money, but they decided to test the olive oil.
Absolutely. And he could have gone to manscaped.com, but they knew they effed over
fuck
Steve.
Manscaped. No, fuck you. No, you're not. I'm not going.
Why? What happened at Manscaped?
Send your lawnmowers back.
What happened?
They just did some carny shit on him. So instead of using the code Stevie20, you can use big heads if you want to, but to save 20%. But yeah, man, they did carny shit of like, oh, you said you were gonna do this, but now we'll redo the deal. And oh, we didn't say we'd pay you. We pay you in product. Like pulling that on Steve Areno, dude. So
I'll get you next time, kid. The fucking house
affiliate code. And I got three clicks right off the bat from last month or something, and then they sent me another thing this month to push it more because I got 4, and then they said some shit like, well, if you get 10, then you're gonna start being a paid sponsorship. I go, well, what about the affiliate money for the click-throughs on the code? Oh, no, you got to get the 10 before we start paying you anything. Shit. Sorry, Shug. That's for the over.
That's over. That's over, Manscapers.
Go fuck yourself, Manscaped. The body groom's better. Fuck you.
Bro, I've seen them everywhere now, too. How crazy is that?
Clip it with the fucking little graphic that shakes. Back and the L guy. L something, right?
I even saw Mickey James promoting manscaping on Twitter today. I'm like, WWE stars are influencers for Manscaped now, man. Oh.
Dude, was I imagining how carny those fucking emails were?
Yeah.
I was imagining it.
Yeah, well, they're already dealing with it. It's just, anything that they think. Like I said, you guys
heard
me.
Was I wrong in saying?
No, not at all. As soon as you inject money into something, that's going to fuck it all up. Like, here's the pseudo celebrity. We could be pushing your product, but you want to fucking dangle the fucking carrot and then move the goalpost again. We'll see who comes out on top. I guarantee it won't be you. But, if you don't want to use the Lawnmower 2.0, you can go fire up your lawnmower out back and dip your balls in that and see how well that works out for you. Otherwise, use the code BigHeadsManscaped.com. Sponsor us this month. We got more great stuff on the horizon. We'll go around the horn, man, see what's going on. I'm all done for the year performance-wise. Glad to make it through without hurting anybody or getting hurt. Unfortunately, GGP suffered a little one there, setback, but
little.
Yeah. Well, you got anything coming up before the end of the year still or no?
Yeah, the last weekend of December, I think it's the 28th on Saturday. I'll be at NYWC Wrestling on their final show 2019. But I do have the this weekend and next weekend open. So if any promoters out there want to book the Bookie Monster on their show, just hit me out at papadon595yahoo.com or hit me up at Greek God Papadon on Twitter, Demetrius Papadon on Facebook, Greek God Papadon on Instagram. Go get your Greek God Papadon merch or t-shirts from Prowrestling Tees /Greek God Papadon. NFL podcast dropping hopefully tomorrow. We have some guests coming on after the holidays. It's going to be really cool. 8 days from now, we're going to be doing we're all going to the theater together to go see the new Star Wars movie, Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. And we are going to do a reaction show to it right after. So you guys do not want to miss it. This Friday, we're going to do the Mandalorian episode that we didn't do last Friday. So we're going to do a double-sized show. And I think we're going to have Sal, if you could make it on. We would love to have you on so we can talk about Chapter 5 and Chapter 6.
Yep. I'm all caught up.
That's basically it. Shout out to Sal for that beautiful picture he drew of the Stormtrooper helmet on the pike. That was awesome.
That just fucking got me, man. When all those heads were there, I was like, dude.
Yeah, that was dope, man. That was real cool.
How'd you draw that on your thing?
I drew that and then I just put it over Tatooine.
Nice. Did you happen? I don't know if you listened to the whole show back or not. The last two I've cut together, but I found these Biggie Smalls Star Wars mashups where they made break beats out of all the Star Wars stuff, and then they cut in off all three Biggie albums tracks over the top of it. But I've been closing with those; they're really good.
Dope. They are dope. I was gonna tell you something about that. I forgot.
Cool.
I like it.
No, I
obviously because I love Biggie's. The greatest.
Yeah. I was just like pumped to find it. And I just put Star Wars mashup, and there's a whole album of them. They're badass. So I'm excited to cut them in. Yeah, you guys definitely check it out as you're gonna hit the theaters yourself. I'm sure they'll have all the pre and post knowledge that you need to go in to be able to swing your lightsaber with all the Star Wars nerds there for the previews, you guys. So no better place to be than the NFL. Big Sally, I was pumped. I don't know if you want to stooge your info off yet. Bandit, shut up. The Bandit.
If we're good with that, what I want to do, me and Chuck had a meeting. We had a meeting the other day. We were discussing
Chuck and
I. You guys too?
Yes.
So we were discussing that I definitely need to get all the information so I can actually start doing emails and plugs and things, because right now I'm terrible at them. But so we did. He finally got the Satanic Panic episode of Hard Junkyard into you, right?
Yeah, I put that. I didn't promote it. Sorry, it's up there though, but I'll go through it and get her out.
So we did that. That was like 2 hours of us rambling, like just me and him. Just we put so much time into watching these things. It was fucking hysterical. And now we're gonna be doing something else. The name is right now we are Papa Don. You were involved in actually the making of this. We came up with the idea for Heel Team 6. We are going to be heading into a gaming podcast where we're going to cover video games and tabletop games.
Cool.
Sweet.
I didn't know if you were going to pull the trigger on that, because I was talking about your other big side project. I don't know if you want to stooge on that or not, but I was going to reach out to Rush Howell from Here's the Situation podcast just to try and get him to do maybe a 20-minute feature. I know he's got over 450 board games at his house, and he's got maybe 100 that are still in the plastic from like 20 years that he's never opened and shit, dude. So,
well, that's what we're going to cover. We want to cover board games, card games, and we want to give some real feedback. Not, we're going to try them out. If they work, they work. If not, fuck it. They don't. I'm not going to get into it here, but that's what we're planning. That's what's in the pipe. We got it coming.
Cool.
Working on a lot of new artwork I've been working with. Got some other gigs going on, which was cool. And as that develops, I can talk about it more, I think.
Sure.
And then,
I don't want to stooge.
And then the other thing, I guess you got to give me some more information about that. But yeah, we have no issue with
Yeah, well, I just want
and
Joe Janame. Well, that's the whole thing. Chuck's doing a great job on the Horror Junkyard. He's on time when you guys can get together to do it. I don't have any, extra stuff. He's on, and I know he's hungry. So Joe Jan knows a shit ton about anime. I know you know some. I'm gonna let him and Matt go.
That's Chuck's wheelhouse.
So by all means, I'm just gonna get out of my own way instead of trying to fucking wrangle something where I'm the greenhorn and that shit, and let you guys carve out your side niche, just like NFO's taking the Star Wars side and Stevie's doing the UFO, moon, and fitness, and here, and we're running the wrestling. So we're just trying to make these circles bigger as we invade every other place, because everybody who hears our shit ends up loving it, man. And if the best will always find each other, I think you and Rush Howell are gonna hit it off, because he's a dungeon master and all that shit, and he would more rather put on a game and scavenger hunt to make people have an experience than him experiencing itself. That's the kind of dude he is. So should be pretty cool that way, man.
Sorry guys, I gotta bounce.
All right, dude, have a good Christmas
I'll
party.
Talk to y'all later.
Yalla. So as GGP goes to take that booking, Steve Areno, what do you got this weekend, man? Kitty City and just hanging out, or what's up?
Yeah, just we're going to record another episode of the Steve Richards broadcast, which people want to rename it to my wife's name, even though they don't know her name. Just
Stevie's
wife's
that's what they're calling
podcast.
Stevie Richards broadcast, right?
Yeah, we'll check with her on that.
She can't hear me, right?
No, she can't, but she knew you just said it somehow. She has some kind of ESP. But yeah, that's fun to do. I mean, it's fun that people actually, do enjoy listening or watching that. And of course, right after we get done recording here, we are going to go outside and see that there's a star that flashes like green and red and a bunch of other, it has a completely different pattern. It's a well-known star that people shoot. We're going to see if we can get that tonight because she saw it on the way home. And the first full moon, we might not be up at midnight, but right after when we're done recording, we're going to see if we can take a look. If not tomorrow morning, we'll get it up. But it's been a really good experience using this. I still haven't tweaked the settings yet. Everything is just really turning it on, pointing it, and just trying to get the focus right.
Pretty damn good.
That is about it. And hopefully that website and the people will come through, and then we're really going to get some cool shit with a DSLR hooked up to a telescope. That's pretty badass.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be great. Awesome. I'd like to get that one girl from Buffalo on we talked about just to see if she's got any tips and tricks to get us to the next level.
As a matter of fact, I bought a tripod collar to keep it from moving. It doesn't fit. And I'm just trying to think of different solutions to lock it in place so I don't have to, worry about it, because it is a pretty heavy camera. And I got a pretty nice tripod that just doesn't seem to be able to hold it. So I don't know. And I want to be able to get a remote shutter because I'm going to take pictures. Anytime you're holding it, it's going to have a little, the stabilization's awful.
With the telescope, a lot of people like that, the remote. Absolutely. And some of them
you have to stabilize it before you start getting the footage, not as you're using it to get the footage. But it's really been a cool thing to have. Well, other than that, it's theinterestfitness.com. I kind of sell fitness programs too here and there, and stuff like that. And we're really, really close to 50,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So please subscribe, share it, do all that stuff.
Awesome, man. Well, tomorrow, 12,
Amazon
12.
Too. Amazon US and Amazon UK. I just signed up and got the UK one too. So if you use those links to shop, and that'll help get me the accessories for the P900 and stuff like that.
And we appreciate it with the crowdfunding, where I think we're doing our next big crowdfunding is going to be for $50,000 for Haunted Mansion for the Conspiracy Horsemen headquarters.
Yeah, man, we need a headquarters, brother.
So Auburn, New York, where there was a Civil War mansion that's a fixer-upper. So we're going to start that, $50,000, and then we're all probably going to get divorced and move in together and be life mates. I think that's probably how we're all going to end up.
Probably before that crowdfunding starts.
Yeah, we'll just go crash it. I don't think anybody's living there now, and we'll just bury each other in the backyard, and online. But that's how we do it, you guys. There's plenty going on here of stories and guests that we're trying to get lined up that are bigger than what we could cover today. Great discussion once again by my Conspiracy Horsemen brothers, respecting each other's opinions and taking opposite sides just to say it, because we're not locked into anything mentally here as we try and keep our minds open to figure out whatever truth in this universe that's ever changing, Mandela effect wise, science wise, or religion. Who knows what's going on? And we're just going to take it all in and put it back to you guys to decide here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen, where your balls are shaved and your olives are oiled, infidels. It's HackerHamin, Big Salallah, Big Stevie Cool, YOLO.